Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning from everyone, and welcome to Bollocks and Banter Saturdays. This is the day where we chat absolute bollocks. We try not to get too political, but we can't promise you anything because, let's face it, when it comes to politics, at least I can speak for me and Zam, we can't effing help ourselves. That being said, we are going to go mainly TV, film, and any other life bollocks that we want to talk about. And just before we went off the air, we were talking about the greatest crime ever committed. Two crimes. I'll get to the second crime after this because it's food related. But the biggest crime ever committed in television history was one, Firefly only getting one season, two, Fox not allowing Joss Whedon to shop it around to another network. It to this day, I cannot rewatch it. It's the one show I cannot rewatch because it pains me that such an amazing cast never got a second chance. They were given an awesome film, but it just wasn't enough.
And I'm glad I watched the series before the film. Oh, I was lucky.
Same.
I was very lucky.
Yeah, I mean, when my friend brought me around, he goes, "Oh, you got to see this," and he knows that I just don't like Joss Whedon at all. But it's like, yeah, but it's not very Whedon-esque, so you'll like it. And I was like, "You're right, it's not very Whedon-esque," and the cast really helped that show from not being Whedon-esque. It was so good,
and you know it's a good cast when you can't pick one as your favorite. Like 1 minute, I'm like, oh, the captain's my favorite. The next minute, it was the pilot, like a wind on the leaf or a leaf on the wind. And then it was his wife, the badass bitch. Yeah. And then it was the prostitute. And then it was like, oh, fuck, I couldn't pick one.
No, I like, the whole cast were great. And when Tudyk's character dies in the film, I was like, okay, there's no going back. This is a one and done.
Yeah,
kind of thing, and it's just tragic. It's criminal how like Fox absolutely rank as the number one for the worst, for just the worst channel to put your stuff on, because they never let things run for a few seasons because some things just take a while to pick up pace and word of mouth. Fox never allowed that. They did so many one and dones. Another good example. So you all know the wonderful actor Bradley Cooper, and the whore that was in say whore, the prostitute that was in Firefly. They had a sitcom together called Kitchen Confidential. It also had John Cho in it, and they only made 13 episodes, and it is quite literally one of the funniest sitcoms to get cancelled, and it's a bloody crime. It has such a great cast. It also had oh god, I can't remember their names now, but it had a very familiar cast, well-known cast, and it just revolves around kitchen and a kind of fallen chef trying to get back on his feet and find his way after he's kind of fucked his whole life up, and him just kind of helping young'uns kind of get to his level. And it's Bradley Cooper. It stars Bradley Cooper, and he was so bloody funny in it. He's such an arsehole, and that's what I love in a sitcom, when the character's just an arsehole with not many redeeming qualities. And again, Fox cancelled it. How many shows? Dark Angel, they cancelled it after 2 seasons. Like, I just, the writing was on the wall. They were one of the worst managed studios, and that's why they ended up getting bought out by Disney. Remind me of a good Fox film in the last decade.
I can't even. I would have to Google.
Yeah, you'd have to Google it, and even then, you're not going to find one probably, because they have just, since the turn of the millennium, have just been dog shit, and this was one of the best film studios of the 80s and 90s.
And do you think they would have caught on after Firefly and the immense pressure that the fans put on for that movie to occur? You think maybe that would have...
Yeah, no. They just didn't care. They just wanted cheap, stupid crap, procedural bollocks. Zam?
The one series which I wanted to add to this list was Constantine. That was a one and done as well. Everyone loved Constantine. It was very
But that was
popular.
Warner
And
Brothers. That was
no,
WB.
but still, it's a one and done. It was very popular, and the character Constantine ended up appearing on stuff like the CW, just to continue him going.
That
Yeah,
actor, sorry to interrupt you, mate. The actor that played Constantine in that series, he's appeared in games, he's appeared in all the animated stuff, voicing the character. So he kind of lives on. He is the embodiment of Constantine, and I'm 100% with you. It was such a good show, and they cancelled
yeah.
that one, and they give us 9 seasons of The Flash and Arrow. Ugh.
Oh, and
Yeah.
my uncle is a 70-year-old man. He lives with me. I take care of him. Loves the Flash. So I had to sit through that fucking show. Anyway, I'm quitting
Was awesome.
smoking. So if I'm just like chewing on a
Oh,
mitt and
good
taking
for
it
you.
out,
No, that's fine. Yeah,
Good for
you
you.
chill away.
As an ex-smoker myself, you're gonna find, forget the health benefits. You're gonna have more money in your fucking pocket, and that's the best thing about it. I'm
yesterday
able
was
to buy these fucking cunts. Yeah, because I had more money in my pocket because I'm not smoking anymore.
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
yesterday was a week. And for some
Oh, so
reason,
you've done a whole week. Wow, already awesome.
yeah, today I so want to smoke today. I can't because I don't have the car, so I can't go into town. So
Perfect.
You've
Good.
done 1 week.
Good. Zam, you've been watching
Yes.
some shows this week. You like binge watching weird and wonderful stuff.
Well, what I do, because over there on my left you can't see it, is a treadmill, and I go on it every day for 30 minutes, and to pass the 30 minutes I watch a show on the internet, then on daily on Disney Plus or Netflix
I'm
or
still
whatever
here.
it
I'm
may
just
be. So on a regular basis I've been watching The Artful Dodger, which is in the UK on Disney Plus, and I think in America it's on Hulu. And this is a continuation of the characters from Oliver Twist. The Artful Dodger being Jack Dawkins, and you got Fagin. And at one point, we do see Oliver Twist as well. Basically, Jack Dawkins, I think it's set in maybe Australia or maybe one of the French Polynesian islands. It's hard to say. But Jack Dawkins, he's in jail for 15 years. Sorry, he's supposed to be in jail for 15 years, but he gets rescued by a surgeon, and he learns the art of surgery, and he becomes a surgeon himself, and he works for a British colony in French Polynesia, and Fagin comes into his life again, and he still wants to do the old fucking grifting and all of that sort of shit like that. There's other people involved as well, like there's a countess and the governor and the countess's sister who wants to get married the first chance she gets, and all of these people, and it's just about their lives living on the island. There's a couple of crooked characters as well. One being a law-abiding citizen who's a crooked character, one being a crook, and the whole point of the show is like the thing with the show is that it feels very Disney-ish at times, but it's not supposed to be a kids show. But something to do with the soundtrack, like the music that they have composing the show makes it feel kind of quirky and kiddie like. But this guy Jack Dawkins is a surgeon, so like you see a lot of gore and blood at times, like because they're doing surgery the pre-industrial way, and they're cutting people open, and you see blood flying everywhere and bits and pieces and shit like that. There's moments of sex and stuff like that, and talking about people getting the snatch or the fucking whatever, the thrush or whatever, syphilis and all of this shit. You know what I mean? But then you get all this fucking quirky music, and you think you're watching a fucking Disney Plus show, and like, which it is. But you know
But
what I
did they
mean?
hire Danny Elfman to do the music?
I don't know, but it was a bit weird. It takes me out of it sometimes. Like I was thinking to myself, maybe the show doesn't need that sort of music. Maybe it doesn't need any music at all. What's his name? Is it David Thewlis?
Yeah, Thewlis.
He plays Fagin, and there's a British actor who needs a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. There's a British actor who is very underrated, doesn't get enough credit for the years he's been making movies and television shows in America and in the UK. Phenomenal as Fagin, really fucking good. you know, and the
He's a
lad who
great
plays
actor.
the lad who plays Jack Dawkins, we've also seen him in Game of Thrones. And you know, if you don't mind me spoiling things a little bit,
Okay, I'm not gonna watch it.
Oliver Twist is the bad guy in this, you know, like, which is a bit weird. He's a bit of a gluttonous, fat fuck who
Oh,
is
so
a bit of a
is he
bad.
an old person in this? He's older,
Well,
Oliver
it's
Twist.
set 15 years later, so they're all men now.
Right.
They're all like young men and they're all adults now. So you know they're not kids anymore. And at one point, Oliver Twist, he's like the treasurer. He comes in the latter episodes, and then you realize he's doing a grift himself, where he's just trying to steal the very money he's supposed to protect. And you think to yourself, shit, what happened to Oliver Twist? He's become a cunt, you know. But I like it, you know. And like, the bad guys have become good guys, and the good guys have become bad guys. You know,
Nice.
it's
It's a nice twist. Yeah.
yeah. Pun intended. So,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey.
so it's okay. Like I said, when you're standing on that treadmill and you need something to watch, you know, when you're running on it, like it helps pass the time. It's about 40-50 minutes long each episode, 8 episodes. The setting's interesting and stuff like that. It does end on the possible season 2 if they'll get one done. Who knows?
All right. And
But,
Mr. and Mrs. Smythe.
well, it's a different take to the movie. Like in the movie, he had a couple of spies, a couple of hitmen, assassins, who didn't know that they were married to each other as assassins. In this one, yeah, basically they know. They both know that they're assassins. They both know that they're spies. They sign up for an agency which is covert. So they go into a room and there's a computer there asking them, do you want to, like, are you willing to give up your life? Are you willing to, you know, cut all your ties with your family and this job be your life and all of that? And they all both Donald Glover and this woman who plays Jane Smith, they say yes, and then they meet each other and they try to get to know each other, knowing that they're both assassins having to do jobs for an undercover agency, which never shows itself, only in text. And if they do 3 fails, then they're fucked, you know. And every episode has like celebrity cameo appearances of some type, whether it be in various ways. They have those appearances, which is pretty cool. So like you see people like Alexander Skarsgård in one, the guy who plays Pablo Escobar in the series Narcos. He's in an episode or 2. Is it Paul Dano who played the Riddler in Batman? Yeah, he's in a couple of episodes. Ron Perlman's in an episode or 2. You know, there's you know, so yeah, so every episode has so you know, like recognizable faces. Yeah, look, I don't want to sound like an arsehole here, but Donald Glover is a very beautiful man, and the actress who plays Jane, she's pretty, but she's, you know, I think
Aquafina, who plays
no, it's not
Aquafina.
her. It's not her. No, it's not
What's
her.
the actress name? Wasn't she the one that was in
It's not
Shang-Chi?
Aquafina. No, it's not. It's not her. It's not Aquafina. I know Aquafina who she is.
Well,
I
you
just
figured
don't.
out. Well, you figured out. You talked about Escobar. You know, there's a quote.
Maya Erskine.
There's a quote from him.
Yeah.
And he said, "The only man I ever feared was a woman named Griselda Blanca."
Yeah, and I watched that series, by the way. I saw that last. I watched that in 2 days. That's really good.
3 episodes in, very good so far.
Yeah, she's yeah, but the actress who plays Jane
Griselda.
Smith, you know, Jane Smith and Mr. Miss. She's look, fuck off, please, fuck off. Yeah, she's a pretty girl, but she, like, Donald Glover is a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Like, God, this woman's probably about a 6. Yeah, so I'm just, yeah, that's the only way I can say it. I sound quite misogynistic and stuff like that, you know. But it's really weird. Like, they just feel a bit of they don't like, it's weird, like, their relationship, because it doesn't feel very natural. But they have good chemistry, and when there's no fighting, that you see the character development, the communications, and understanding each other, and all of that, and the lives that they have to live, and the fact that they're having to balance pretending to be a couple than actually being a couple, and then being given jobs to assassinate people or do escort missions or whatever, all over fuck off, man. You've ruined my goddamn lollipop. I'm putting you in the cage too, you fuckers. Yeah, so
He'll forget and he'll suck on it later.
yeah, I got another one. And look, by the way, I've got a whole bunch over there. You know what I mean? Just underneath my Indiana Jones being eaten by Sarlacc. I've got a whole bunch over there. So yeah, it's a good show. It's on Amazon Prime. It's worth watching for that alone. I recommend it. It's I'm looking forward to reviewing that and the Artful Dodger. The Artful Dodger's not that bad. It's just the soundtrack for it is a bit fucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a bit fucked. It's a bit quirky. But other than that, it's not so bad. And
Well, yeah, I mean, there you go. There's something for people's viewing pleasures this weekend. Also, do check out Griselda. I said I'm 3 episodes in, and it's really good so far.
Sofia Vergara, yeah. Like wow, like just to see her, I forgot to mention this in my review, but it's really good to see an actor or an actress who you constantly see playing supporting roles finally being given the opportunity to play that lead role. After maybe decades with Sofia Vergara for sure. Always playing like the fucking chick who's getting banged or whatever, some love interest or whatever, yeah. And finally been given the chance to have the reins of playing this lead character who was just, which is a historic character. I'm very impressed with her performance. Really, I really was. If she needs to be nominated for an Emmy, for sure. Once you finish watching it, you think to yourself, yeah, give this woman an Emmy. Give it to her. Yeah.
And I'm not gonna spoil it for Ginger because I've seen it all the way through. I binged it. It was good.
Don't spoil it. I haven't read her history either. Like with Escobar, it was easy because I knew his history before that, but not all of it, but enough to kind of know the basics of his story. But with this one, I didn't know shit about Griselda, so
I knew a little bit about her. Like I know her life after this movie, whatever that may be.
Yeah. After I've done with the film, the series, I'll go and watch a documentary on her. YouTube's always great for finding awesome documentaries that are actually fucking fact checked, or they'll correct themselves if they got facts wrong as well. Whereas, other places like Netflix is like, I don't trust you bastards.
Yeah,
I remember watching.
This is dramatized, obviously, for Frenner.
Oh no, yeah, this is going to be dramatized. That's why I go back because again, a biography, it's always going to take liberty for the sake of entertainment and that. So that's why I'll go and watch documentaries. So if I don't find one, I'll read up on them just to get the full story.
I recommend as well something I watched a few months ago. I do like sometimes these biographies and docudramas or dramas on people who are evil and they are the focus, they are the main character. And the one on Jimmy Savile, played by Steve Coogan, his performance as Jimmy Savile, superb, absolutely superb. Jimmy
Savile. Think of Jimmy Savile as like a Catholic priest unleashed, but he was like a huge celebrity in the UK. He had a fucking show called Jim Will Fix It, where he would have children come on the show and he would fulfill their dreams and all this kind of shit. And behind the scenes, he was basically sexually abusing girls,
and boys,
even in hospitals where they were sick, dying, or disabled. He was a sick man.
He wasn't just abusing children; he was abusing women as well. Like he had raped a lot of women. He was. Like there's one scene where
didn't the BBC know something about?
Yeah, that's it. Yep, okay. They knew. They covered it up. Yeah, and the government covered it up as well because he was friends with the Conservative Party,
and he was friends with the Royals as well.
The Royals as well, so they all covered it up.
He ended up getting knighted as well. So
yeah,
and the sad thing is that he got away with it. Like he's dead now. And people trample on his grave and all of that sort of stuff, which is good. But he did not face any justice whatsoever. He even before he died, there were people were taking the piss a little bit, those rumors and all of this sort of shit. But he still got like a massive honor when it came to his actual death. When he died, like there were people, like around his coffin and like throwing flowers on it and shit like that. There was like a guard of honor all down these streets.
Guard of honor when he died.
Yeah.
And then a few weeks afterwards, all this shit started coming out and all hell broke loose. It was a huge fucking scandal. People left, right, and center were getting arrested. Cliff Richard got arrested. Guy that used to present Stars in the
DLT, Dave Lee Travis.
Huh?
Dave Lee Travis, DLT. There was Rolf Harris. I think Neil Fox was involved in shit.
Yep.
All these people.
Just a snowball. It was like the Me Too of the UK kind of thing.
No, I don't want to show this clip again, but I showed it once, and it's on YouTube of this in the 70s of this guy having like a kids TV show and the way he was around those children, asking them to give him a kiss and stuff like that. And back in the 70s, it all looked so innocent, but you look at it now and you can see right through it. You can see right through it that he was a fucking pedophile, this game show host. And oh god, yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's shocking the stuff that fucking women went through, little girls went through.
Little
boys. In the 70s and 80s in the UK.
One girl took her life.
Yeah,
she killed herself. As well, like he would work in disabled hospitals with kids with disabilities, and he would be targeting children with disabilities as well.
This is what I mean. He was beyond sick. Like the devil looked at him as like, fucking hell, mate, there's a limit. Even the Catholics are like, all right, let's calm down a bit.
I only laugh because I don't want to cry. I'm not making light of
it.
No. We understand. Don't worry. We're not that fickle. We're not
alive
fickle.
And I had my hands on him.
Yeah.
I already have my dream, and I would never do this. I'm not a violent person. I've never hit anyone out of anger in my life. But there's a special thing that I had planned out if I had my hands on someone like that. And it would last days.
Starts with a willy, ends with a head.
No, it don't.
Oh, for me, I'm talking about me. I don't know about you, but for me, it's definitely no. I mean,
I'll tell you off air because it's pretty brilliant.
Yeah, I can't with that guy.
I get blow my nose.
Yeah, no worries. The one that hurt for me, the two that hurt for me were Rolf Harris and Gary Glitter. Because Gary Glitter for me, the Rick B, the Rock and Roll Part 2 song is one of my favorite songs.
Oh, come on, that one.
Not that one. It's they played that a lot in Happy Gilmore as well.
Oh yeah.
And I fucking love that song. I'll still listen to it, but just the fact that it was Gary Glitter, I was just like, why? And we loved, like, me and my neighbor. When I had my neighbor before he moved away, like, we were best friends, and we used to love listening to his music. So it's just that was a kick in the teeth. And of course, Rolf Harris, who went to the same school as my mum did in Melbourne, not at the same time because there's a 10, 11-year difference, whatever, between them. But that one hurt as well because we all grew up on Rolf Harris.
Well, Rolf cartoon time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I used to watch it all the time.
I never liked Jimmy Savile. Even as a kid, just never fucking liked him. Something about him just never sat right with me at all. And I remember when Louis Theroux did a documentary with him, followed him around. And I was at university at the time of the documentary, and I turned around to my roommate and I said to him, I guarantee you 20 quid, he's a pedophile. Because we didn't know anything about the rumors and all of that. And my mate was like, no, I bet you he's gay. Because, has a close relationship with his mother, doesn't, never really got married or dated and all this kind of shit. I was like, no. Somebody who works around kids and has never been married is a nonce. And there you go. 10, 15 years after when he died, it all came out. I was doing jury service at Southwark Court at the same time as Gary Glitter's last trial. Lots of paparazzi every day. Well, yeah, of course. Yeah. And he got released from prison, and then he was such a fuckhead that they put him back in. They said, no, "You're in for life now."
He went straight to like, was it Thailand or the Philippines or
That's
something
true,
like
Vance.
that? So you could bang little
Cambodia.
children. Yeah, it was easier for him to get those little girls he always wanted.
Yeah.
He wasn't fucking hiding it then. It was like a fucking addiction for him.
Well, you don't have to hide it there. Anytime some guy says to me, I've been to one of those countries, and he went by himself, or he's been there multiple times, I'm like,
alarm bells. Yeah, I've been to Thailand once, and I got laid by an Irish girl, so that fucking makes sense.
Yeah, but if you keep going and going just to Thailand,
it doesn't work for me. They're not my type at all. I don't find that region of women attractive at all. China, yes, Japan, yes, but that region,
I
no.
want to go
So
to Thailand.
if you're going to Vietnam a lot, you might start thinking, oh, alarm bells. But no, I'm more likely to go and get myself a big booty hole from South America. But that's just me.
I want to go to Thailand badly. Because
it's all right.
All the trans women out there, man. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you love it, man. Listen, one of them pulls up on a bike with me and is like, "Hey, you want to fuck my ass?" No.
Thanks for the offer. I'm good though.
Yeah, thank you. And then she rides off. But yeah, you'd have a whale.
They both can be true. You can be gay and a pedophile.
Yeah, of course.
They do exist.
With Vance, with Jimmy Savile, and when you saw clips of him with the girls and all that, I just thought, no, he's a fucking pedophile.
Group trip. Yeah, we'll do hello TLD. One day we came out
to Thailand. No, thank you.
I stood near him as he waited for his minder to check the situation outside. I looked at him. He looked at me. We both nodded. About what?
And you jerked each other off in the kitchen.
We both nodded.
Yeah.
Like,
the thing that bugged me with Thailand was like just constantly harass out there. And I always say to blokes, I go, listen, if you want to know what it's like being a woman constantly harassed by guys, go to Thailand where the opposite occurs. You'll fucking love it. You'll love it. All that attention, all these like dogs coming up to you and trying to grab your bits, and you're like, oh, I don't do that in my own fucking country. You ain't gonna do that to me over here, until I got my ass pinched by an Israeli woman, but that's a whole fucking different story. Life is just weird. That's all I can say about that. But
hello, Gary. How you doing?
All right, Gary. I was training.
Very good. I may be going a bit too rough with people because my coach said that I need to be a bit more aggressive, and that's what I've been doing basically. But I've not been told to stop yet.
You shouldn't fight with 7-year-olds. So.
Oh no,
they're not
7-year-olds, like in the 20s and 30s. So.
It was a joke. It was a joke.
When you said that you got to be a bit more aggressive, you got to show an aggression without being aggressive. I think maybe what they mean as you're a wrestler.
No.
Like don't go fucking hardcore
I'm
Holly
not aggressive.
on these guys.
I'm just portraying that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you're portraying a heel.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to, but
Good.
I mean, I'm quite a big bloke, so makes sense.
Yeah. He calls himself the whore of Babylon.
How tall are you?
About 6'1", 6'2".
You're getting taller and taller every time we talk to each other, dude.
No, I am legit 6'1", 6'2".
We spooned, and like he had me, and like he swallowed me when we spooned.
Yeah,
it was a beautiful time.
Not in the room, but yeah, that was when we went to Liverpool.
Yeah. But I was going to say, I mean, I think the problem is that it's hard for blokes to understand that women do get, just to culture what you take, how much women do get harassed. Because I'm not sure if it's a thing in Canada, but it starts to be a thing over here. There's like a thing where I'm not sure. I think it's like Anna or Anita or something like that, where a woman could go up to bar staff and say, "Can I ask for Anita or Anna or something like
that?" The last time I checked, Angel is in the word, and it's usually posted in the women's bathroom.
Yeah, come in, Cheeto. We'll talk about Debate Mania.
and it usually says like each type. Is it a flaming angel? Is it a this kind of angel drink or this kind of angel drink? So you're right, and each one means a different thing.
No,
One is like call an Uber. One is get this man away from me. One is fucking call the police.
Yeah, so basically, yeah. So over here, it's actually a woman's name. I think it's like Anna or Anita or something. Basically, it looks like you're just talking to one of the bar staff, and it's like if you've got on like a Tinder date that's gone wrong, or some guy's been a creepy arsehole, or you think you've been spiked, or anything like that. And I think stuff like that is good. The problem is that the fact they need it in the first place, because I think most guys need to understand that they need to take responsibility for it.
Well,
you can go out to the bar and never ever, like all the times you've gone out to the bar, you've never ever had to think about that. But every time a woman's ever gone to a bar, she's had that in the back of her mind. Just think about that.
Oh, guys, let's just watch this classic video, by the way, from almost 10 years ago. Oh, a woman who not fucking revealing her tits or anything like that, just walking down the streets of New York.
Yeah, I saw this one. It's good.
Yeah.
Wow. So beautiful. Have a good day. Hey, what's up, girl? How you doing? Somebody's acknowledging you. She said thank you.
Sorry, that was funny. I'm sorry. God bless you, Marita. What the fuck?
That's nice.
Well, joining me now is the
they didn't even. That's not even the whole video. There's one point where this guy follows her for blocks.
I know that one. Yeah.
Blocks.
Yeah. That's and demonetized. Who cares? Do we ever get monetized? I have to admit, I wouldn't mind walking down the street and the group of women catcalling me would make my day. No, it would eventually get to you, mate.
And
if you want to do that, man, just go to Thailand.
You're right. You're right. It will get tiring, but also there's a power difference too, right?
Yeah, of course.
Right. So it's danger.
If you reject a man, there's always the opportunity you can get fucked up.
Yeah.
Whereas the other way around, you might just get laughed at.
Yeah.
So, yeah, of course. I have this problem walking in the street too. No. Well, your problem, Rick, is you step in dog shit all the time, and it makes a funny noise, and you think you're being catcalled at. That's the issue, babes.
Look. I mean, I went to a strip joint, and I had all these women coming up to me, but obviously they want me to pay for a lap dance and shit like that. And honestly, I was getting like fed up. Like, get the fuck away from me, you bitch! I know what you want. You want my fucking money, yeah? You know what I mean? Like, you're not fucking having
your language.
Nice. Yeah. So you can fucking
that's a business.
smear your fucking pussy juice over my fucking jeans. What the fuck? You know what I mean?
That's what you're going for a strip club for. You're not there to be left alone and have a quiet drink.
That's an agreement. They have bodyguards. That's a business for them. They want to be in that business, then that's cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I worked for a strip club for 6 months, and it was quite an experience. I can tell you that. Not as a stripper. Sorry to disappoint you, Rick. But I was distributing flyers, and I worked behind the bar and did like bits and bobs. And it all started from a joke. Like, we went there because when you're students, strip joint, it's literally around the corner from where you fucking live as well. So it's like we went there, and I was just like, I should get a job down here. And manager overheard me. It's like, yeah, we're looking for bar staff and fly distributors. You want to start tomorrow? I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. And that was it. Back in the good old days where you could just get a fucking job without having to jump through hoops, go through all these different websites and all these stupid barriers. You can just say, "Give us a job," and someone be like, "All right."
But, just to see how it affects men, just to show that we are even teal. Here's a story that happened to me last year. Right, I was in a certain club in Manchester, a certain rock club, and I was with my mates. It was my birthday, and anyway, I was with my mates and their mates. So they had a couple of female friends, right? And then there was these couple of jerk-offs who I didn't know, who had a female with them, right? Now, unfortunately, I have dyspraxia. which means that unfortunately, when I consume alcohol, I have to be very careful about where I go. Otherwise, I have a propensity to hit the fucking wall. That's not a joke. It's legitimately what I have.
You need to wear a white vest.
No. It's no. I mean, it's. I know both of you just laughed. No, I'm being serious. I'm being dead.
Oh, I'm not laughing at you.
No.
No,
I
was
know what
laughing
you
at
mean.
him. I
Yeah.
was laughing at him.
No. But anyway,
Not you.
let's carry on. Anyway, so what happened was, anyway, my mates went to the bar, right, and I was looking at this girl and these other guys to make sure I'm not going to bounce into them. I come round the other side, and I'm looking at the girls, these girls that we came with to make sure they're all right, because I'm that sort of guy. And I'm also looking over my shoulder to make sure this guy, and then all of a sudden this guy fronts me. Now, he's very lucky I did not swing on him, because my tolerance for violence is 0.0. Right? I went, what the fuck, dude? And he threatens to chin me. I'm like, what? He said, you creeping my friend out. Dude, I'm nowhere near her. There's like 5 different people in front of you. What the fuck are you talking about? Are you creeping her out? I'm not doing anything. I'm just stand here, mate. Are you creeping her out? Dude, I'm literally stand here. I'm waiting for my mates to get back. Shut the fuck up. Oh, I'm going to chin you as well. So I go to the bouncer and try and get him kicked out. So, like, you know, so that's how it affects men.
It sounds like a standard night in Manchester, Gary.
Yeah.
He's very lucky I did not fucking fuck him up. So
You should have fucking lamped him one. What's he gonna do? You know.
Cheetah's actually been
his
to
little squirrel little shit as well. I could be like, he's very
just
lucky I didn't clout him across the ear. But I mean, like,
fucking lamp him one.
no, but I mean,
Cheetah,
like, I don't.
You did the right thing, because you know what? What if one of his buddies was behind you with a bottle, right? You could have fucked him up, that's for sure. But you did the right thing.
No, I don't.
Yeah, fuck him up next time.
All right, now this, by the way, this is this time the goal. No, this time it's not 10 hours. It's 3 minutes 18 seconds. But this girl, she talks back. So this is really awesome. I've seen this before, but it's worth watching again.
Oh, gorgeous. Hello, good looking. Yo, how's it going?
You're so welcome.
Yeah.
Feeling good, girl.
Smile.
Something funny.
Yeah, let me hear your number, girl.
Yeah, let me see your phone.
Really?
We should put 911.
Darlene.
Where you going?
Darlene.
Oh, okay, I see.
That's the
what,
worst
it's
one.
because
Though,
I'm
when it
ugly?
comes to follow.
Huh? Is it because I'm ugly?
Yeah. You'll find someone though. You will.
Shame on me.
Do you have mommy issues? Because I have daddy issues.
We're good. We're good.
What the hell is that?
Oh, this is creepy.
2 minutes out. Oh, fuck it up.
He's not even saying any. 4 minutes.
8 minutes.
8 now. 11.
No, 11 minutes.
No, I know what you're doing. I'm like kind of into it. This whole like shadowing thing. And I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's just that I'm not particularly into the fat guys. So like, let's just keep rocking, like keep burning. I've actually passed my destination like 3 times.
Okay. You know what? You're fat.
You know what? You're fat.
Yo, girl, nice ass.
Hey, I'm a nice guy.
Yeah.
I've just been following you for 20 fucking
So,
minutes.
you know,
Is that
yeah.
true?
yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to get married?
Yes. No? Okay.
Good luck.
Woo!
All right.
Hey guys.
you okay? Yeah, I'm okay, thanks. Yeah, you're okay. Yeah, what's up?
She's making a move on her.
What's up? Where you going? This way. Yeah. Oh, I forgot something. I live right over there. Well, yeah.
Just not to spend.
See you
Whoa.
later. It's nice to meet you.
Jeez.
So even like a woman would take advantage of the situation and wasn't actually trying to save her, but looked at the opportunity to make a move on her herself. Amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. You know what I mean? Fucking hell. And if anything, that caught her out after all the shit she was doing against the guys. When it came to a woman, it's like, what the fuck? She didn't know what to fucking do with. How to deal with it.
Lesbians know what they want, they'll go get it.
Yeah, but when she's like dealing with all these men, she doesn't expect to deal with it from her own sex, right? Like, you're right. Lesbians know what they want. They'll go get it. But on the other hand, what happened to her there, that's different. Ooh.
Yeah, she really threw her off. TLD's in Atlanta. You got some of the best. Yeah, I need to go there, mate. You know what I mean? And
I really loved the guy who stalked her. I didn't love him, but I loved how he stalked her for like 11 minutes, and she finally said, "You know, we could keep walking. I really love this stalking thing, but you're kind of chubby. Well, I passed where I was gonna go, but we'll keep walking and burn that off." He's like, "You're fat. You're fat. So why you stalk me for 11 minutes?"
You know, and that's the type of person again who'll always be like, you know, hey, I'm a nice guy, and these women are all bitches and whores, and they don't know what they want, and blah blah blah. It's just like, yeah, all right, mate, calm down.
No, they just don't want you.
They'll call her a whore after 2 minutes.
Yeah, and not only that, like a second ago, you wanted to date her. Now she's a bitch. So
yeah,
exactly.
That's a classic scene.
The way to approach a woman and on the street ain't the way, guys.
Yeah.
When women get to middle age, they miss the attention. What? No, they don't.
When what?
Rick.
So an interview with Claudia Winkleman who said exactly that. Well, Claudia Winkleman is not the be all and end all of fucking women. Just because one woman said that.
What happened? Sorry, I missed that.
Right, Rick said this. Right.
Yep. Sorry.
Yeah.
When women get middle aged, they miss the attention. Saw the interview with Claudia Winkleman who said exactly that.
But Rick being like, these women, they don't know what's going to happen to them with every interaction that is constantly happening to them, and sometimes they might just need to go somewhere, and they just don't want any of that shit. And then other times, you just all these strangers coming up to you, courting you. You know, which one's which one is cool, and which one might rape you on the fucking spot. You just don't know. It's
listen,
dangerous.
Go on, Christine.
Thank you. I think I had, I'm the girl here, woman here, not girl. I'm past middle age. I don't miss it. And guess what? It still happens. So you're wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it doesn't matter their age, they'll still get.
Vito's absolutely right here. Like, that's why there's so many incels out. And you saw some of those dickheads there, that fat dude walking with that girl. When you got put in his place, he fucking couldn't handle it.
Yeah, this is what I was gonna say again. Like the amount of fucking times my friends have called me to say, "Hey, look, this is where I am. We're about to leave, just in case," and all this kind of shit. Because, especially in my area, when you get a lot of like certain demographics, let's just put it that way, that can't handle not even just rejection, just polite. No, thank you. Not interested. All this kind of stuff, and they just fly into a fit of rage. And because my friend, her sister got punched in the face, just to say to do, no, thank you. I have a boyfriend. Okay, and the guy's literal mentality was to just punch her in the face. After that, obviously, it freaks her out. So. I'm the one that will get the phone calls to say, look, this is where I am, this is where I'm gonna be, please, just in case. So it's like, okay, fine. Because of that mentality and that attitude, and it's just fucking this shouldn't be a thing, you know. And I'm talking. This was like 10 years ago. Okay, this was like from 10 years ago that this would happen. Obviously, now, you know, it's not as bad as it was because that demographic is kind of grown older. But in terms of back then, when clubbing was still a thing, because again, now clubbing is just it's not what it used to be here in the UK. There's a different thing now. A lot of the abuse has kind of moved online, and you know the whole Andrew Tate thing's taken off and all this kind of shit. So just when you're thinking
Red pills and
great,
masculinity.
my friend who used to give me the phone calls is now saying that her like younger cousins are getting a whole lot of shit from guys online, and it's constant. It's not like one night out, you might deal with it, move on. It's fucking constant. It never ends. And they don't have social media in the same way that some people might do, you know, taking a selfie or just living their life, showing out, going out with their friends and all this kind of stuff. They don't have it for the very fucking reason of the constant harassment. It's like they can never win. And this is what we keep telling people. It's just like, look, we're guys. We know we're horny idiots and all this kind of shit, but keep it in check. Keep it to yourself.
Yeah, this
and
is live, by the way.
Yeah, of course this is live.
Yeah.
And you know, just keep yourself in check and keep it away from entering a person's space where you're just gonna fucking ruin their night, their week, their life.
And it's
as
sad
simple as that.
because the guy that was following her for 11 minutes, the construction workers that were catcalling her have ruined it for legitimate, you know, you're at a bus stop and a nice person does want to speak to you and maybe make a connection. That's ruined for you guys now because of those assholes.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
All interactions are
I mean,
online now. It's evolved to that, you know, in my opinion.
yeah, I'm very conscious of like getting in the lift with and a woman's on her own kind of thing. And it's just like I'll just turn my back and look the other way to make sure that they don't feel kind of uncomfortable because I'm
That
not
was
missing
me.
that fucking lift to go down, and you know. But yeah, you're very conscious of these things, you know, and it's just sad that it's like that, but that's a reality, you know. And also, look, I mean, to be fair to Rick, look, I don't want to dismiss it. Some do. Nobody's perfect. Some do miss the attention that they used to get, but it depends on the kind of attention. You know, we're not
Yeah,
talking
because
about.
but they know they're older. They know they they're past their prime, and they can't court the attention they once did.
Guys are like that
You
as
would
well.
want fucking
Yeah,
army.
guys
That's what I'm gonna
as
say.
well. Yeah, it is normal. It is normal, but not everyone. Some of them are just kind of happy to just move on. They've done their life. They've had their fun. They just want to be left alone. You know.
Especially if you try to upset me, you ain't even in the same area code as trying to do it. Grow the fuck up. Sorry.
Yeah, like just chill out with mate. Just chill out on Gaz.
I
You can talk to
can't
me.
see all the comments, but I can imagine what they are now.
Talk to me if you
And
want.
I just want to tell whoever it is that's commenting, I can catch a dick anytime I want. I just choose not to sometimes.
Yeah, I believe you. I totally do. Yeah, I've been a bartender as well. I know Ginger has and Gaz has as well. Yeah, you know, I've seen all of that shit. Yeah, because it's when a lot of men get the courage to approach women when they're pissed out their faces, and it's like almost but their personality is a bit different as well then, because they're drunk. So you're not getting a genuine article when they're inebriated. So there you go.
Yeah, and the thing is, the worst ones I've seen have been when I've been at the gym. Because the thing is that most women are there to have a date or whatever, and I think there was like some bloody apps that was for it. Because I usually go in the gym, and sometimes there's women there, and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't even look at them that way. I'm just like, I'll just make sure that I'm not in their vicinity, and I'll make sure that I'm just doing my own thing. Because I know that they probably get harassed every 5 minutes because they're not really wearing a ton.
Mate, to be fair though, women always used to harass me at the gym all the time. I was wearing my tight spandex and you know, my thong leotard, and they're just fucking leering at me. It's just disgusting.
I just get the sweatband across the head.
Sweatband. Oh, that's it. They're done, mate. They're going to be throwing their knickers at you.
I'm proud of you guys because that is a very vulnerable space. And I'll tell you one experience that I had, and it still shocks me to this day. I had this workout buddy, And I was actually into him, right? I was like, he's pretty hot and he's pretty nice, and I want to date him. And I knew I could, but we were working out together, and I was doing squats with bar and weights, and he was just, making sure that I did it correctly. And I thought, wow, what a really good guy, because he never leaned in. He never like pushed even a boundary there. He was being professional. And I was like, I was gonna ask him out. And then I guess our our posting ended. He went one way, I went another way, and I ran into him years later, and he's like, yeah, what, I really regret not, rubbing up against your ass that day in the gym, because I think we should have fucked. And I was like, oh my God.
You ruined it. You ruined everything.
You ruined it. But again, you see, that's the issue. They don't know how to. Some men just don't know how to instigate a conversation. They could be a very good-looking bloke, but their mind just goes straight to let's bang instead of let's have a conversation kind of thing.
He was a 10. Oh my, Greek Adonis.
Banged him anyway. You know what I mean? Just for the hell of it.
It was the Greek, wasn't it? Sorry, Ginger.
Eh?
But on a serious note, though, like the thing is that rejection sucks, and I think that is the biggest block to talking to somebody you find attractive, because in your mind you're like, oh, we're gonna have this conversation, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this together, and then no, it just goes down in flames. It's just that sucks. And I think, and I get it, but the thing is, you have to, unfortunately, make yourself vulnerable in that sort of sense.
I'm gonna be very controversial here, because, like, this is something I'm gonna say to a lot of women now. This is, if you really want to know what a guy is like, you need to get the sex out of the way. Just get that out of the way, and then you genuinely know what they're like afterwards, because then you start communicating. But men, we think about sex so fucking much that it becomes the primary issue. And if you really want to know what a guy,
to get there, and once you get there, then you can be yourself.
Then you can, exactly. So you truly know what a guy is like once you fuck them, because then once you fuck them, and then they've done the deed, you know what sort of person you're dealing with after that. No, not every girl, or women don't generally want to do that. I totally understand, but that's just my advice to them. Personally. Anyway,
sorry, I just want to tell you something. That's not something I did, but that's something I did experience, and I did figure out in my escapades in life. Yeah, you did find out if it was just they were being really nice to get there, or they were just a really nice person. Yeah, you find out.
Yeah.
So let me see a couple comments here. TLD, trust me, middle-aged women can get it whenever. Yeah, women can just generally get it whenever they want. That's what makes them women. Like I remember that movie that with Harrison Ford and that lady, and this one woman writing a book about how to attract men and this, that, and the other. And Harrison Ford told that woman, just turn up. That's all you have to fucking do. There's no rules or whatever. Just fucking turn up, and then that's it. You got the dude. Cousin Cheeto says, but this is the kind of problem women thinking that they can catch a dick anytime they want. The arrogance drives me nuts. Well, it's true though. That's the thing. They have the power. Men do to themselves because we present. Yeah, but that's because we got all this shit. Like we got all this. Like the only time a man ever comes close to being a woman is after they shot their load. You know what I mean? Once the urge of sex is out of their system, because until then, that's what they. That's the closest they'll ever get to a fucking woman, and they understand what it's like to be a woman. All of that shit. But yeah, he doesn't disagree with me regarding what I said earlier regarding sex. So
Tito, just because I said I could catch a dick anytime I want doesn't mean I abuse that. Okay, doesn't mean I walk around. Yeah, I was smug earlier because I was making a joke. I don't walk around like I'm 10 feet tall saying, "Oh, I'm better than all men," and you just want my whoo. I just was trying to prove a point to that other fellow that was like middle-aged women are past their prime. So
yeah, I'll make you laugh, like, because I'm a real fucking weirdo when it comes to like this kind of stuff. It's like I'll be on a date, and if I catch like the vibes of somebody who has really shit taste in music, I'm out the door. I'm done. So one time, and it's not a nice thing, but it wasn't horrible because they only lived around the corner. So in my uni days, I went on a date with a girl, and she said, "Yeah, come to this club." And the first thing I said was, "What kind of music they play at this club?" It's like it's a mixture of everything, house, garage, all that. So, how much garage do they play? So, garage is a genre of music I fucking despise with a passion. She goes, "Not a lot," and all this. Anyway, so I'm in the club. 1 hour goes by. It's just all garage. So I said to what's going on? Do they only ever play? So I went and spoke to the DJ. He goes, no, we only play garage here. I left. I just left her at the club. I was like, no, fuck that. She only lived around the corner, so it wasn't in the world. But I was so pissed off. I was just like, no, that's it. But I'm weird like that. Like if I'm in a bar on a date and things like that, if the music is good, you're gone. I'm on the dance floor. I'm dancing, and if you come with me, great. If not, I don't really care. So I'm really weird like that. That like I vibe with somebody in a different way than normal people will. Like some people need like deep, meaningful conversation, all that, and I can have all that. But for me, it's a music thing. Like if we can't have the same taste in music, I'm just not fucking interested at all.
I'm weird like that too, because I've been around a lot of good-looking men that I could pick and choose from when I was younger, and I might date someone that I find really attractive. But if they opened their mouth and they were sounded stupid or ignorant, I was like, they got ugly real fast.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind like the person's dumb. I'm not fussed with that. I'll have fun with that. But it's the musical taste. It's the be all and end all, because you got to understand. You grew up in North London. You're the majority of people here like the absolute worst urban shite that you can imagine. It's garage, fucking hardcore drum and bass, all that kind of shit.
Make some noise.
Yeah, I fucking can't stand that kind of music. And too many women here kind of love that shit. And I was just like, I was born in the wrong fucking city. Because when I went up north, oh my God, it was a parade up there. It was literally just a parade, of just because the music was awesome. And I'm on the floor cutting shapes, and they're just being surrounded by women because they're like, oh, this is exotic,
Do you
a guy just having a laugh and not being kicking inhibitions and all this kind of shit.
Like I said earlier about men getting uglier, to me, men can actually become more attractive when they open their mouths. Does that happen with music with you? Like, does a woman that you might not have been interested in, and she starts talking about the music she likes, and you're like, hey, you know what?
Instant. Like the minute if they say that they're into it, and I like all genres, there's just a handful that I can't stomach, and that's garage, drum and bass, jungle music, all that kind of shite. I can't stand that kind of music. So if they say that that's their musical preference, I'm done. I'm out. It's an instant turn off. They could be like the most attractive thing in the world, but for me, it's like no. It's the only be all and end all. I don't mind if they're thick. I don't mind if we have opposite politics. I don't care if they're religious. I don't care. I don't even care if they have shit taste in film and TV, because I can have fun with that stuff. Like take the piss out of it while I watch it. But the music, it is literally the be all and end all.
Rick B says, "Oh my God, I'm the same. If the music and the movie taste is shit, it's a no from me." But what if she takes up the ask, Rick? Daniel Vance, Christine, tips for dating rule. Just be quiet.
Garage, is that? Yeah, I mean that's why it's called garage, because it was house and garage. So garage is just now. Let's be fair. There's two versions. There's a few different types of garage, but the garage that I talk about is the shit that has a monotonous beat that doesn't progress, doesn't elevate, doesn't dip,
I'll find
doesn't
some,
have
which is
nothing. It's just the same boring shit with some
copyright
fucking
free
ghetto dickhead emceeing over it, and it's just noise, nothing else. Two-step garage is decent enough because two-step garage has variations, it has a good flow, has a good beat, you could dance to it. And so house and garage is basically, garage is just the I'd say the R word, but I won't. It's the moronic jizzbag brother of house. That's the best way to describe it.
Damn, that's actually pretty good. I'm trying to find some shit garage, but I'm looking for copyright free.
Okay, so if I'm trying to get with somebody, it's more of a vibe thing. Like if we go, because I mean, as I said, I've been with people who are different ethnicities, different maybe religious beliefs, different whatever, And it's just basically been a vibe thing where we've connected, you know. And it doesn't have to. We don't have to agree on everything, but if we have like a 4-on-4 and sort of like there's a vibe between us where, because sometimes it could just be that we're just friends. Like I've met women who was attracted to, and they made it clear they weren't attracted to me. I was like, okay, cool, we'll just be friends. Because the thing is that but if I'm attracted to somebody, it just, you know, I will just go there. Like for example, like I mean, I'm very unsure of myself when it comes to that sort of thing. I always think that they've been just being nice.
Okay, I'm gonna play this for 30 seconds.
All right. I've got to set myself if I'm hearing garage. Sorry, I hate garage.
Yeah, nobody likes garage.
Old school. But I had to go for old school garage because the new school stuff is actually pretty good. So if they call themselves garage,
that's a two-step. The new stuff is two-step. That's why it's good. Two-step garage.
Okay, here we go.
Telling me we weren't meant to be, praying that someday you will come for me. So then I'm just daydreaming.
No, this is more two-step.
Let's try this one.
Does your love
Yeah, this kind of shit.
does your love
Go to the 1 minute where the beat normally kicks in.
tell me why?
Yeah, this. Fucking can't stand this music. Listen, the build up, and it's just the same again. Fucking awful, terrible. Get it so we don't get a strike down.
The worst of British, right there, fellas.
Absolutely worst genre.
Gigi, what kind of music are you into? Just because I don't think we've ever had that conversation.
My main interests of music are like, you know, just general like house music or electronic music as they call it in the States, but just dance music, indie rock, and 80s like just synth wave, retro wave, all this kind of stuff. New wave.
Yeah, synth wave is awesome. I'm very much into ambient music.
And hang on, I ain't finished yet.
Sorry, dude.
Fucking piece of shit. No, I'm finished. I'm joking.
Ambient music, I'm very much into. It's nice to drive to when
exactly
God knows where.
Music.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge rock fan, so like, I mean, I'm also a huge like fan of the 80s music, so, like 80s like synthwave, like flaming, like, you know, like I'm a huge fan of like Africa and stuff like that, and flaming like
Toto.
Yeah, like that cheesy sort of like Total Eclipse of the Heart, that sort of stuff.
80s pop and rock is just unbeaten, and 80s like dance music,
such a
synth wave, which was like Eurythmics and all this kind of stuff, Pet Shop Boys, Depeche Mode, all this kind of shit that kind of helped pave the way. I mean, one of my all-time favorite bands is fucking Wham. Like, I love Wham. And then on the opposite spectrum, my other two of my actual, like, so you got Wham, and then from Wham you go to Ghost, and then from Ghost you go to the Black Keys. So that just shows you the spectrum of music.
Gigi, if you look for better and you ever feel energetic to come up here, I'll take you to there's a place called the Deaf Institute that does like an 80s night. I'm not sure what it is. I think it might be like the third Friday or Saturday of the flaming month. I'll definitely take you there. It's so fucking good.
Awesome. Love a good 80s night. As long as it's good 80s stuff, not fucking Come On Eileen and all that shit.
No. This is like you know, like Summer of '69, you know, that sort of stuff, cheesy shit.
Did you listen?
You love like. Sorry, go on, Christine.
Did you listen to Chinchilla?
No, because I had to work today. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But no, tomorrow I'm free all night, hun. So I'm just gonna binge on her stuff. I love stuff like Bowie, Kraftwerk, Pink Floyd, Pope. So basically, you like shit music.
Jean-Michel Jarre is awesome.
Fuck you! I love Bowie.
I know, I'm joking, man. I love him.
Yeah,
Pope,
all that shit.
Fucking Pope, man. Pope. Well, like my favorite. You know when like we had the kind of a Cool Britannia wave of like indie music that came in. Most of it was not for me. Obviously, I loved my Oasis, but Pope, I fucking loved Pope. I don't know what it was about Jarvis Cocker. Any man that could go and mock the cheesy shit American shite of Michael Jackson at that time. Remember
that
the Brit
was
Awards?
great. Well, he wanted.
Oh.
Michael Jackson wanted to be like God. He was like coming across.
Yeah,
as
it was like
Jesus.
parading like Jesus, and Jarvis Cocker was
Yeah.
like, "Listen, mate, this is fucking England. We're gonna bring you down a peg or two." And he was, I love it. I fucking love him.
Oh, have you ever listened to the 80s pulp?
Huh?
80s pulp.
You mean their stuff redone into 80s version?
No. They were banned in the 80s.
No,
So-
I haven't.
Oh, all right. There's a song of theirs called Silence, right?
Right,
And
I'll check it out.
Oh God, you have to listen to it. It is so bad.
I will go
It's
check it
so
out.
bad.
No, I mean,
That's the best
I'm not
part.
joking. Oh God,
Yeah,
you have to
I'll-
listen to it on stream. Go on. It's on YouTube. You have to listen to it. And Jarvis will play and go for it. Go on. We have to listen to it. I want to see your reactions. Honestly,
Yeah. What's it called?
Silence by Pulp.
I can't
Well,
do that because I'm on my phone. I don't have a computer.
No, don't worry.
Yeah,
we
that's right.
can
You'll
do
have
it.
to do it. Oh my
I can do it.
god. 1984. How fucking long was this band around for?
Play it.
Go on. Let's put the thing on. Go on.
Hang on. Right, so let me just get it on there. We're gonna get a fucking. Oh, mind you, we don't get a copyright claim.
Oh,
do
trust me,
we?
you
It's
want
just,
this.
all
Yeah,
right.
we
Jarvis isn't going to drop it like this. Trust me.
We're already struck because we played those other videos.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
You got it.
Just let me know. Can you hear that?
Yes.
Yeah.
If the stream dies, guy, we get a strike. We'll come right back. Just in
Yeah.
case.
An accordion dying?
Yeah. Like 30 seconds. Still playing it.
I could say.
What the fuck?
I
God, he sounds like he's
say
high
or
as fuck.
do
It's like he just blew his
whatever
load and he's
I
getting
like.
poetic.
Oh, no, it gets better.
You would not.
Good God.
You would not
sorry.
answer.
Oh, my
No,
God.
no.
Let's see there.
Wait.
That's all right.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. There's a song for an alarm clock.
My ears are bleeding.
You know what? Give this guy subscribe, Ginger. And a thumbs up.
Hang on. What's that, Sam?
Give this guy. He's got one subscriber, and yeah, with Bruno Santos. We should subscribe.
Oh, I need to
him.
sign in on here to subscribe. Anyway,
Oh,
that's
fair
enough
enough.
of that.
So
Jesus.
what do you think of
fucking
that?
Christ. Oh,
I
that
thought
was
there was an accordion dying, and
yeah. I think what was happening. So I've managed to use my brain to deduce exactly what happened, and he took the accordion, so slamming it on his dick, and then when he slammed it, he was hitting the high notes, and that's what it sounds like to me. Am I wrong?
He sounded like he just woke up, and when he hit those high notes, he was yawning. Yeah, I mean, so like
I've seen Pope. Like there's a clip on YouTube of me when I was 18, on top of the pops watching Pope. Mime to help the aged. What?
be right back.
Mime.
one
I think
of
it
his
was
Mime.
songs.
You're miming to help the aged. Yeah, cool, awesome. You got to send us that clip of you on top of the pops. Come on, give the guy one subscriber with that. Yeah, no.
You know, you mentioned Common Eileen. Every time, like there was this pub I used to go to called the Glen, and I was the only Asian dude there. I was with some of my friends who are white. I was the only fucking Asian dude there. And initially, I was always worried about me standing out, and I did initially. But after
Wait,
a
is
while,
that the
it
one
was
in
not so
Collindale?
bad. Yep.
Yep, another one.
It's not it's gone now. It's not the Glen anymore.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
know.
if there's a pub
It
there
was
anymore.
around when I
But,
was around. Yeah.
but my God, man, like they'd play songs like Common Eileen, and I really thought I was at a fucking white supremacist fucking barn dance.
I
You
know
what
that
mean?
fucking pub.
It
Yeah.
was That song, man, the fucking gammon love that song so fucking much.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's like if
the national anthem.
I was gonna say if the UK turned that into the national anthem, nobody would object. Nobody would
Yeah.
object. Yeah.
Don't you-
I think we should. I think like they should pick one song, one iconic song, and turn that into the national anthem. And I've always said you can either go with New Order's 1990 World Cup song, or you could go with fucking Mr. Brightside, which is sung by Americans, or you could just go with an Oasis song. You know,
How about our Three Lines?
Wonderwall. Huh?
Oh, God.
Three
Bowie
lines.
song, a David.
Well,
Bowie
that's
song.
more of a that's a proper football song.
David Bowie. I'd be alright with that. Like Heroes or something like that could be good.
That's what I was thinking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
David Bowie heroes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or
Or
the one
Bohemian
sung by
Rhapsody by Queen.
Yeah.
No, he's
some-
not. He's
those-
not British. He's not
Huh?
British. He wasn't born in Britain.
Oh, the rest of them were. He wasn't the
that's
only
true.
one that wrote songs. Yeah.
Maybe
I
no. I
was
think
gonna
maybe
say. I was gonna say Queen, and then I remembered he was born in Kenya, right?
No, he was born in Tanzania.
Radcliffe.
Tanzania.
I think so.
yeah, where I'm from. Well,
Yeah.
my parents are. But yeah, I think maybe We Are the Champions by Queen. That'd be great. And talking about a champion,
White supremacy is here.
yes, he is.
Hi, all.
Hey.
Yeah.
So, Cheeto, the floor is yours. What would you like to talk about?
Oh, I thought we were going to continue on the talk of relationships.
Oh, we can do whatever, mate. Listen, this is a fun day. We talk
Listen,
whatever you
I-
want.
I have talked to one of my lady friends, and we have talked about starting a podcast called Nerd Relationships, and
Mm.
so
Go for it.
we've talked about because we're both single, we're both happy, but like like people bug her on her. People bug her online and stuff like that, and it's just like like
Yeah, you should do that. Or just bring her on for Bollocks and Banter on a Saturday, and she can talk about her experiences if she wants to.
yeah,
And
she's very shy, but
we can then sexually harass her afterwards. You know,
Okay.
the one that was in the comments. It was in the comments a couple of weeks ago.
Mhm.
Yeah, she should come on, man. Talk about her experience. It doesn't have to show a face, just a voice is fine. Or if not, yeah, you guys can do your podcast and then do your after dark version where things get steamy and you talk about food. Speaking of food, a great injustice has been occurring with me over the last couple of weeks. So today, because I've been good with my diet, I thought I'll order a nice shish kebab. Nothing wrong with a shish kebab. I just order it without the pita bread, so it's just basically barbecue chicken and salad. I ordered the fucking thing, and it took 20 minutes to come from the moment it got picked up. And the signal on the person. So over here we have what's called Just Eat. I think it's
Yeah,
that's some longevity. If it took what did you say 80 minutes to come, jeez, oh, Pete.
Yeah, well, that's just me, but I'm talking about my food here.
Oh, okay.
And so basically, so what happened is as soon as he received the food, the signal went dead on the phone, and it took him 20 minutes to get my food. I'd phoned the restaurant at this point in time, and I was like, because they're not even, they're just like, if I had my legs, I would have walked and got it and all this kind of stuff. But anyway, long story short, it's happened. This isn't the first time it's happened. This has been happening. It's been a regular thing of as soon as your food is received by a driver, the signal goes dead. And so I put it to a group and I said, right, there's only two things that are going on. Either they're using it as a front to kind of sell drugs, not really, or these people are working for multiple. So they're working for Just Eat, Deliveroo, Uber Eats, and whatever the other one is. Well, I think it's them three. And so they're doing multi pickups and multi drop-offs as well. And so what's happening is obviously they're loading up their fucking bike full of food, and it's just taking fucking forever to get here. And because I put it in a group, and they said they confirmed the same thing. Yeah, this is what's happening. Is they're doing multiple jobs at once, and I'm like, motherfuckers, that's ruined it for. That's going to ruin it for restaurants now because I don't want to be receiving my food cold. This happened too often between the spaces of October and December when I wasn't dieting. I was just, every week me and my mum would get a takeaway, and it was just happening like too much.
Who's really to blame here? Who's really to
The
blame?
drivers. the drivers and the companies
that don't pay them for their work.
No, they get paid.
Need to eat too.
Yeah, they get paid. It's not like in America. They over here they get minimum wage, but they can work for 3 companies and they can maximize their income.
Okay.
Of course, I think they get like there's also like certain charges per delivery and all this kind of stuff. So they have to make a certain amount of deliveries before they can be guaranteed a certain wage. But the problem with that is, and I agree with you, there should be a guaranteed look. The minute you clock on to the minute you clock off, and you meet a minimum delivery standard, you get paid that. But you can't fucking work for multiple companies doing multiple drop-offs, because the last couple of times the food has come cold and shit, and then I just go and complain on Just Eat, and you can't get a refund either because you received your food, you received all of it.
I'm sorry.
You can give the driver you can downvote the driver.
No, you can't. Not on Just Eat. I don't use the other ones, so I don't know.
Just Eat's the cheapest. You get the best offers on Just Eat. I've noticed.
Yeah, because there's a if you go on to like rate my thing, there's a special thing for everything. So there's one for food quality, there's one for delivery time, there's one for all of them. I'm sure there is.
There's only delivery time and food quality. That's it.
You can't rate the driver on Just Eat. And I know where you're coming from. I get the lost the signal bullshit as well. And you're thinking, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean?
So now I'll only order from the places that I know are just bringing their own delivery drivers. So the restaurant misses out. And I made the point of that to the restaurant today. I said to them, listen, guys, when the driver comes, ask them, do you have any other deliveries? And if they don't have a Just Eat sticker on there, they have another one, check. Because if they're doing multiple drop-offs, then the food that's going to come is shit, and I'm just not going to order from you lot, because I know that the driver I'm going to get is probably going to do multiple drop-offs again. And I said, it happens all the fucking time now, and it's just getting ridiculous. It's a massive first world problem, I understand. But the point is, I know from now, I'll just go to the guys that I know that have their own driver. So there's like a different kebabi and a Chinese restaurant, and that's it. All the others hire Just Eat drivers. But it's just frustrating because I'm getting my food cold. My chips have gone to shit if I ordered chips back then. And that's the biggest crime. I'm very fussy with my chips. Like, I'll tell a restaurant, put my chips in a paper bag, do not put them in a polystyrene container, because that's it. They're ruined.
Yeah.
So that was my gripe for today. And I had a long fucking day at work. I worked today. I don't work on Saturdays, but we had it's like a cost of living conference thing where we invited residents and leaders of different community groups to kind of talk about the crises that communities are facing and individuals are facing during the cost of living thing. And it was a full-on day. And it's just a lot of horror stories of people just suffering through it. And so you come home from that, and then your food arrives late and cold, and it's just like, oh, fuck you. You ruined an otherwise good day.
And I didn't realize they got minimum wage, because here they don't. And I used to drive a sober driving thing where I'd go with another person in their car, pick someone up, drive them in their car home, get followed by the follow car.
Oh, right. Okay.
And I would end up, each car that I would drive home, I'd probably break $4 after gas, everything. And you're getting people probably leaving the bar from 12 till 2. So in 2 hours, you've got to drive. One night I made $11.
No, that's just not on that kind of shit. And that's why, like, over the States. So again, my mom went to Miami. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, because these companies make billions because they pay the workers shit, and they offload the bill onto you. It's the same with the service industry, where I have to tip to pay your wages.
I got this one woman. She was a bar manager. She wanted a ride home. We got in her car. She sits down, opens her wallet. She had 3 $100 bills and said, I don't really have small money. Can you just take me home anyway? Holy fuck. I got out of that car. I thought I would snap the door off. I got out of the car so quick and slammed that door so hard. But she just ends up calling the company. And because she sends business our way, they sent another driver who took her home for free. And I'm thinking, bitch, you work in the service industry. You know that I work basically off of tips, and you're flashing $300 that you earned in tips tonight and say, "Oh, just take me home for free on a $12
Yeah.
ride."
But I thought in
Oh,
Canada they at least got a minimum wage for working as
I was working
waiters.
under the table.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
You know,
So
so go on, Gary.
I was actually going to say, would you guys recommend Korean fried chicken? Sorry, because there's a Korean fried chicken place in town. I went in today.
I
and
would
didn't know
recommend
what-
it.
You would, or you wouldn't?
But I would recommend it, but like every place, you know, you got to look at that restaurant for what it offers individually, because the Korean fried chicken is fucking awesome. Korean barbecue is fucking awesome, but that place could still be shit. You know,
It looks pretty good from what I've seen of it.
Then
Yeah, check the reviews, check the hygiene
reviews.
markings as well. You know,
Now I'm gonna
with
make
that-
something to eat.
All right, love. With
anything-
Asian restaurants, you know, if you get a 3, it's top notch because you'll be very lucky to find a 5-star on the hygiene for Asian restaurants, especially here where I live.
I kind of disagree. Like, if it's marked out of 5, then anything 4 out of 5 or above, with 4.12, obviously, and all that shit.
No, I'm
then
talking about the
that's great.
hygiene marks. So you get 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it's anything 3 and above, I'll order. You know, I've got ironclad stomach anyway. It takes a lot to poison me. Nah, bro.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that, Christine. I would have flipped out too. Yeah, of course, TLD. You know, fuck. You know, you're human at the end of the day. You ain't working for peanuts. But anyway, so my mum, when she was in Miami, she was absolutely fucking pissed off and shocked that you go and order your food, and then you've got a tip, then you've got a sales tax, then you've got VAT, and all this kind of weird shit on there. And she was like, it would have been cheaper for me to fucking go to Australia for 2 weeks than it would to spend 1 week in Miami with all the fucking tipping and taxes and service charges. She's like, why the fuck are tourists paying taxes? It makes no fucking sense. You know, put it as an all-in-one tax. It's so weird, like how America has its fucking stupid tax system.
It's virtual signaling, Ginger. It's virtual signaling, Ginger, because it's virtual signaling when it comes to taxing. Because I've been to the States, I've been and do it in Canada as well. They never add the fucking tax to the fucking prices you see, and it's a virtual signal by saying, you know, we're anti-tax, all that shit, and all that fucking bollocks. And look what we have to pay extra because of fucking tax. This is what it would have been, but taxes mean you have to pay this instead. But they don't put it on the fucking price as some sort of virtual signal, as some sort of anti-tax sort of mindset. You know, it's fucking stupid, and I fucking hate it. And I wish they wouldn't.
No,
fucking
I
do
just
that
thought
shit.
it's because they have weird tax systems in each state rather than a virtual signal. It doesn't look like a
I think
virtual signal to me because
it's a
it's as
virtual
old as
signal because-
time.
No, but yeah, they have different. Obviously, they have different states with different rules, but at the same time, you know, in America, like taxing and stuff like that, with a libertarian mindset and certain things shouldn't have any tax on it whatsoever. It's definitely a fucking virtual signal. You know what I mean? Which is why they don't fucking put it on their prices. They can. You know, it's not that difficult to put tax on prices because they do it when you fucking get to the till. So why can't they put it on the fucking label?
So you tell me that America doesn't have that, which is like a tax.
They have that, but
yeah, they
have
charge
that-
you everything at the end. So you'll see
No, I
one
mean,
price
I
and
know
then you get to
it
till.
differs from state to state. I think that's bollocks personally, because like they should just have a universal tax that's applied to everything. It should be the price you bloody pay.
Regarding VAT, I'm not 100% sure regarding if all of the states in America has it or not, because I've spoken to an American regarding the VAT thing, and they mock us for that. And especially now it's 20%, which is fucking ridiculous as well. Because what fucking value, you know, like when I'm fucking buying some shitty ass kebab from some naff shop, you're telling me that's value added tax? There's no fucking value in that fucking slop you just given me, but I'm fucking starving and I've got no fucking choice but to eat that shit.
Yeah, well, it's
You know
not.
what I
It's
mean?
not VAT. It's sales tax, isn't it, Cheeto?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just sales taxing. Yeah, but and then on Reddit today there was this video about a guy that literally flipped out because they didn't get a tip for delivery, and the person was arguing, look, I ordered a no tip delivery of food product. Why are you getting angry? You took the fucking order and said it's not my responsibility to pay your fucking wages. Go take it out on your boss. And this is what sickens me. It's just like it's not our response. We're not the ones that should be burdened with topping up your wages. If we want to live a tip out of courtesy, that's what we should do. But your basic needs should be met by your fucking employer, not by us. And over here, that's what it's like. Because like you don't here in the UK, you don't have to fucking tip. Some people will tip, but I make it a principle that if I see a service charge, I'm not gonna fucking tip because I can't stand service charges.
At a bar, I always tip because I've worked in a bar.
bar.
Yeah,
I never tip at a bar.
I always do because I've worked in a bar and they get paid like shit. They get paid minimum wage if they're lucky. Usually it's backhanders. And usually you're lucky if you get in like maybe close to that. It's
well, if they're getting backhanders, then they could literally just report their boss, unless they're not meant to be on the books. If they're not meant to be on the books and they're doing cash and hand jobs, then tough shit on them. Again, that's not my responsibility.
Cash
and hand jobs, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Tipping has now become a taboo thing. Some servers don't understand that people don't have to tip you. You have to earn the money. $2.15 an hour plus tips is standard for service. Yeah, it's ridiculous. That rule came in play during the the Great Depression in the 1930s. Okay, that's when that rule came in, where the burden was basically passed on. So restaurants can stay open, pay their waiters fuck all, and we pay the tip, and that stayed ever since, and it's never fucking changed.
And sometimes restaurants take the tips as well, but they're not much of a cunt.
Yeah, they'll take the tips as well, and you'll get nothing. They'll rob you. And in the UK, again, this is another reason why I don't like to tip, because the managers keep the tip. In Costa Coffee, they have a cup there for chucking in a tip that's not allowed to go to the employers. It goes to the franchise owner. So that's why I just tell people, don't fucking leave a tip, because they're not going to get it. It's going to the boss who owns the shop. And restaurants, a lot of the restaurants, they'll fucking nick the tips and just keep it for themselves. There was a whole dispute about it about 10 years ago. I've never heard of people tipping at a bar in this country. They do it, they do it, but I don't do it for that reason, Rick. For that very reason.
Rick, right. People who do not tip are idiots, because they don't understand that the people that are being tipped are the ones who basically they're going to use it to do like pay maybe something that they're normal, like what's the minimum?
Not my responsibility. I'm sorry, Gary. I have to be horrible here. It's not our responsibility. It's the government's responsibility to put in a livable wage, not minimum wage, a livable wage. And secondly, They're not. If the bar's underpaying its staff, then it needs to be reported to fucking trading standards and the employment tribunal. All right. I know you tipped because you work behind a bar and all this kind of shit. I've worked in a bar as well.
I tip all the time. I tip my drivers all the time. I know my delivery drivers and Just Eat guys, I give them £2 every time. Because I understand the job, and I like being tipped myself. So I like to be a tipper. I just want to say a couple of things. First of all, Cousin Chito and Christine, what are you guys eating for Daniel Vance's sake?
I was eating a chicken wrap, like a lettuce, tomato, honey mustard chicken wrap.
Okay, and what's that, burrito?
I too am eating a wrap, but I have roast beef, baby spinach, and sour cream.
Nice.
Well, I'm not surprised at all, Rick B. Hello,
hello,
you're a Tory, Rick B. I wouldn't expect you to tip.
Look. I saw this one meme. Not this one meme, but there's one clip somebody put on Facebook from social media, which says that these people spent $140, and the waiter only got a $9 tip. And I'm thinking to myself, you could spend $300 if somebody gave me a tip. If I was a waiter and I got a $10 tip, I'll be pretty chuffed with that. Because it doesn't matter what sort of food you spent or money on your food you spent. It's just you should be just happy to get a tip regardless. And you should hope that your job obviously pays you better.
But
well,
but that also goes the opposite way. Is like, you know, some people make so much bank when they get tipped, they would never make that working normal wage. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
no. I agree, but sometimes, like, you know, I look. There could be various things involved. It could be like there could be 10 people sitting around the table, which is why the bill's gone to 350. Obviously, if it's a more prestigious restaurant, then you should be hiring better staff, which means that you should be paying them better regardless. You know, so that's how I look at it from that perspective as well.
But as to the bank, as to the making bank thing, some older lady or older gentleman working in a greasy spoon is not going to be making the big bucks on tips, right? So I'm going to tip them more than, and I tip every time, than I would tip at just a regular place in a regular restaurant where I know they're guaranteed some nice tips over the night.
I do like I try to do like a rounding off to the nearest 5 or 10. So the first time I went to Just Meats, which is a place Ginger and I have been to before, our bill came up to £132 for the 6 of us, and so we just gave 140 quid. It's £8 tip. I mean, that should be good enough. You know, I'm like, you know, you might think I'm already spending a lot of money here. I don't really want to necessarily spend any more, you know, which means I have to tip the person. I'm rounding it off to the furthest 10. Be happy with that. You know, it's not cheap for me either. You know, like,
well, look at that.
Quid.
So look at that place.
Yeah.
They don't charge service charge. They don't charge anything else. They just charge you for the meal. That's it, and your drinks and whatever. In that regard, that's great because they're not taking the piss with adding a service charge and then expecting a tip. So in that regard, it's all right giving them that bit extra because they're not taking the piss with it. They just say, look, I'm just going to charge you for my food, despite the fact that it's a restaurant, despite the fact there's that. But all these other places like table fees and fucking service charges and
bottle fees and
all this kind of shit. It's like, fuck you. And I will argue with it. I don't care if I'm with a group of people. I'll be like, you know what? No, just charge me for my food. You've pissed me off. Just charge me for my food and fuck off with all these 3 Like, we went to some posh restaurant in Marylebone or wherever the fuck it was. And we got charged service charge, table charge. And they wanted a tip as well. I was like, what the fuck is a table charge? Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is a tip? It was like, oh, when they bring their food over to your table. I'm like, so what's the service charge? It's like, that's just for the overall service given. I was like, no. I said, no, this has to stop. This is ridiculous. I said, you're just going to charge me for what my meal was. I don't have to pay table charge. I don't have to pay service charge. Next time I come, if I do come, which I obviously won't, I said, you charge me one or the other, and then I might pay it. But I said, this is ridiculous because the meal was not fucking cheap either. All right. It was one of those posh, lovey-dovey places that we went to. And
that's the place who took me on Valentine's Day last year.
That's the one, yeah. I ringed you afterwards.
I didn't know that you had such a hard time with that. I would have helped.
No. You know, a gentleman has to pay, and if you stiff a few people along the way, then.
Winnie, just so you know, the way tipping works, though, it works different over in the UK than it does here.
Yeah. The people are paid like a minimum wage at least, you know.
Yeah,
so if they weren't, then yeah, I'd be obligated because I don't want somebody to fucking starve. But I'm talking about mainly about UK attitudes here, you know.
Yeah. I think UK. Sorry, go ahead, Christy.
Go on, Gaz. You go.
I was going to say, but I think UK attitudes to tipping stinks because the thing is, those people are using that money to use the students who get paid, who like, especially since the Tories have been in, and I've seen their flaming the living loan that they get given go down. The only way they can make any sort of money whatsoever is to do like part-time jobs in the like a bar or something. And the thing is, tips are the way that they get through with maybe getting food for the week or with getting like maybe going on an odd night out.
No, I get that, but none of us are rich here, Gary. You know what I mean?
No, and I'm not saying we're not.
You know, so we're trying to say that look, everyone should be paying a livable wage. You know,
and
just because somebody works at a bar.
No one's arguing that. No, what
Yeah.
we all agree that should be done. But until it is done, if I'm in a place where I can tip, I'm gonna tip because I can't not. I just
Yeah,
can't.
I mean, look, yeah, I get again. If I'm in the States, I'm on holiday, I got a tip because I just feel fucking bad for the person. That's different story. Absolutely, I get it over there.
Yeah, and
Over
if we were
here,
all rich, Zam would hate us. So
yeah, over here, I'm just not.
I'm not falling for it.
It's a principle. It's a principle of the thing. But again, it always depends on circumstances. Like if I have a fucking great time at a restaurant and we have a good laugh and the atmosphere is really good and the staff were like in on having a laugh as well. Fine, yeah, I will tip. I'm not like a stingy cunt. I just get pissed off when I get levied with different charges. That
Oh, I
did-
don't accept that table service, bottle service shit either.
yeah, all that kind of shit.
I will
I
tip
hate that
because,
kind of shit.
like, because if I got crap service, if someone's an asshole, that hardly ever happens. But I've done it once, maybe twice in my life. But I'm not being forced to tip. I'm tipping because I want to, because I'm a good person, or the service was really great.
Yeah. So have you not tipped when the service has been shit?
Yeah, twice.
Good. Okay. Because I went to a Greek place in New York, a Greek cafe in New York, and I had a breakfast. And the guy that served me was rude. I was trying to speak to him in Greek. He was having none of it. The food was awful. So I could only finish half of it because it was really bad. And I was just like, I just got up and left. I just, paid what the bill was, and that was it. I didn't fucking tip. And the guy gave me like a devil stare. And I just said to him in Greek, put the fucking effort in, you'll get the money. But the effort you gave was dog shit, so you only get the money for the meal. I said it to him in Greek, and then I said to him in English. And if you understood that, good for you. And if you didn't, I don't give a shit. And I left. Because it was awful. How that place could be in the middle of fucking Manhattan and have such a terrible service and such bad food. And yeah,
I mean it's
very
Manhattan, so I mean,
When I was
the food in Manhattan was mostly garbage. It was only when I went up to Massachusetts where it was a bit nicer.
When I was in New York, sorry. When I was in New York in it was 1996. I was just I was a 19-year-old kid, and we were looking for this particular place, and we were finding it really hard to find. I think it was one of my uncle's friend's house who lived somewhere in Manhattan or Brooklyn or somewhere like that, and couldn't find the fucking place. So I went to a Chinese delicatessen to ask for directions. And as I'm walking in there, I put my hand in my inside pocket, and the woman behind the counter pulls out a baseball bat. And she goes, "Why you put your hand in pocket for?" Like that, yeah. And like fucking hell. And
well,
then,
I mean, and Zam got a gun pulled on him in Manhattan too, so he loves
that was in 2008. I was with Ray at that time, and Ray can actually confirm that. I didn't get a gun pulled on me. He just stood there with the holster, and it was a cop, one of your favorite people, Cheeto. Anyways, I didn't try to tell this woman I was asking for directions.
I just love it when
English accent. Well, because of my English accent, she couldn't fucking understand me for shit. You know what I mean? So it was really a really complicated situation. So I just walked out of there and said told my uncle this person couldn't help me.
You should have just put on a New York accent. Oh, hey, oh, motherfucking, oh,
what are you talking about?
I did that in 2008. In 2008, I did that. You know what I mean? I was going, I'm walking here, and all that shit. You know what I mean? So yeah.
No wonder why you got a gun pulled on you.
I had a knife.
I agree with that, Winslow.
I had a knife pulled on me in Paris, in the Gare du Nord, and I took it off of him, and I was so shocked. I just put it down the drain, like the sewer, and I just went about my day. And I'm like,
yeah, but to be fair, you've been in the military, so that kind of shit.
Yeah, I was like, should I have reported that? And then I thought, no, I just have to spend the day in like a police station, and I spent money to be here, right?
Wouldn't have done anything with it anyway. They don't give a shit out there.
And
they're fucking
I would have
useless.
missed time. I was spending money to be there. I didn't want to spend it in a friggin' police station.
Oh, exactly. You disarmed the situation. He lost the knife. Fuck him. You know.
Yeah,
Just went down the sewer.
Yeah, I've been to New York, and some of the few places were really nice. Like I went to What's a very famous pastrami place? Famous Cat's Daily. We went there. That was.
Oh yeah, I went there. That was nice. Yeah, Cat's
That
Deli
was
was
done.
lovely.
And there was a couple of like little,
Oh
like,
yeah, I've been there.
I
Joe.
went to a couple of people did different pubs and stuff like that. All of them were really nice, really decent quality.
So that's what I was going to say, Gaz. So the best places I ate in New York were the pubs. The pubs had the best food. The restaurants were fucking awful.
Excuse
agree with
me. If
that.
you're talking about America, you call them what they are, a bar.
Pubs.
No,
No, they
the
were
pubs.
actually pubs. They're recognized as pubs. in New
We
York.
as American
You
recognize them as
ignorant
bars or clubs. Take your
American-
pub and shove it up your ass.
Doesn't even know
here in
America,
Canada, it's
bro.
called a discotheque.
A
all right?
discotheque.
Well,
Yeah.
it depends.
Can we
on
call
where
all
you
of them
are.
discotheques? I love that.
It
Yeah,
depends.
that's what we call it, discotheques.
It depends on where you are, right? Discotheque in
My
Montreal. or
sister works in Brooklyn, New York, and she loves every second of it. She's a head brewer. Oh, sweet. No, they are breweries. No, listen. I'm adamant. I'm with Gary on this one. It was 20 years ago, actually, this year. 20 years ago. It was a pub. It was officially classified as a pub. So don't at me on that, bro. They were pubs. They were up around Central Park area when I moved from the shitty hostel I was staying in to a much nicer hostel next to Trump Towers. And there was a couple of pubs around there. Lovely food. But further down in Manhattan, you were garbage.
I want to show you a
Sorry.
picture of me, by the way. A really young picture of me. Me and Ray, we got to become friends when we both worked at Madame Tussauds. And when we were in New York, we blagged our way into Madame Tussauds, New York. And there's a picture of us. Where is it?
Well, you're saying that the Cat's Deli. I was there with Joe, by the way, one time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Look how-
I
look how
didn't even know
fucking
what
young I
Cat's
look.
Deli was. I just accidentally went there.
Cool.
That's big.
Look at wow, you were really black back then, Zam.
I love the top hat.
Yeah, I
That's
love the
because-
hat, man. Very swag.
I didn't know the pigment faded as you got older.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you
that's
shrink with time and age, right? You shrink
Yeah.
with age.
Hey, who's the little
Yeah.
shit? Who's the little shit on the left there? I don't.
No,
Yeah,
he looks
exactly.
racist.
Yeah, he looks very racist.
Yeah.
Can't get on a plane or something. I
Look,
don't
he's
know.
punching the black guy, for God's sake. It's black on black crime here. You know what I mean?
I'll find another picture of me in New York somewhere. I mean, that was inside the Madame Tussauds.
Winnie, I promise we're not all racist, just Ginger.
Actually, this one's a really
I'm
good
proud.
one. Actually, we're considering the current affairs. I was saying, there's me with
Ah!
Fidel Castro,
Yo,
Yasser
yes, sir. Hey, listen, mate. Yasser Arafat's a fucking don, mate. He's a don.
Yeah.
So,
So
you
that
know,
was that one.
Oh boy.
New York. Cheeto, was there anything else you wanted to talk about?
I mean, I actually wanted to talk about Debatamania. I'm getting excited about Debatamania too.
That's why I thought you wanted to come on, you fucking idiot.
Well, no, I didn't want to interrupt your guys' relationship conversation because I was getting kind of into that. I'm like,
Oh, well, that's done. Next time we'll bring you one as an agony aunt.
Well, me and Gigi are going to hook up when we meet again. So, like, you know,
that's
That's
not a
right, we're gonna
relationship.
suck
That's
each other
booty
dry.
call. That's
Yeah,
not a
so?
relationship.
Good
That is
enough.
I'll show you some of the
unadulterated
wrestling holes I've been to
pleasure.
recently.
Hey, all right. So go on then, Cheeto. You want to talk about Debatamania?
Oh, I'm actually excited about it.
Grand
You know,
Central
we were
Station.
me and Block
You're
were
right, we
talking
don't care
about it
your New York
earlier.
pictures. Move on.
Me
Thank
and
you.
Block were talking about it. So we've already got like me and Gaz are gonna have a match debating whether or not Roman Reigns is boring or not.
And we're not discussing it here.
No, we're
You have
not.
to tune into
No.
Debatamania, Gary. I know you like to fly off the handle, but we'll save it for Debatamania and whether Roman Reigns is boring or not. Rick B, if you're listening, save it for the Debatamania. Do not put your comment about your thoughts on Roman Reigns. Okay. Zam, who are you debating with somebody? I know you
I have a debate topic, but nobody wants to debate me on it, and
because everyone agrees with you. That's why.
yeah, so I don't know what to debate people on. I mean,
What's the topic that you want to beat, Sam?
which is the number 2 wrestling pay-per-view, and a lot of people say SummerSlam. I say Royal Rumble.
Well,
And I'm
but
really-
also I don't want to put too many wrestling topics. Like I'd like to do a debate from every genre that we do. I do actually want to. I do have a friend who has not been on our program at all, but he's interested in coming on Debate-a-mania. He wants to debate somebody because he says that the Clone Wars or Qui-Gon Jinn's death is the most pivotal moment in Star Wars history, and he wants to do, like, out of Palpatine coming to power, out of Vader, out of the Battle of Yavin, all that. He says that the death of Qui-Gon or the Clone War, the beginning of the Clone Wars, is the most pivotal moment in the Star Wars universe history. And I'm like, I might be able to find you somebody to debate with you about that.
I might be.
I'm not
able
going to
I
say
might-
anything because I'll save the opinions for when that debate happens.
Well,
I
that
don't
was
think
my
it
other
is- I
thing,
don't think
Ginger.
it
What
is.
are you going to participate this time?
No,
or
I'm just not fucking interested. You know.
Can you do commentary? Come on, man! I want you to
I'll
be.
do commentary. Yeah, I'll do commentary. Last year, I just wasn't in the mood for a lot of stuff. I was like in and out, dipping in and out of streams and all that. But yeah, I'll do commentary. I don't mind.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, Cheeto, this is Lemon.
I thought you said you weren't getting any more birds.
Well, I
That's
went
what
to
we
the
said.
shop and I went to buy some seeds and I bought this little baby as well.
Okay.
This is Lemon.
Well,
Vance, this one falls under who would disagree with him, because I know he thinks the new one is better than the old, but then he has to find somebody that's watched both and says the opposite.
I think with Daniel, this topic is not ready to come out yet. I think Quantum Leap needs to finish the new seasons.
Okay.
And then you can compare it, because it's very hard to compare it now. And they have their pros and cons, both of them. But yeah, we're only 1.5 seasons, or two. Sorry, we're only like halfway through season 2. I don't even know when the next episode is coming out. I thought it was coming out recently.
Oh yeah, I forgot they do that stupid mid-season break thing.
Yeah, doing that.
Yeah, I
fucking
know.
shit now.
Mid-season
It drives me
break.
nuts,
What the
eh?
hell's that? What?
Like Invincible season 2's out, and it's only 8 episodes, and they did a mid-season break after 4 episodes, which is fucking ridiculous.
That's what
Yeah,
they
and
did
I
with
haven't watched
Titans
it
too.
yet. I haven't watched the first part yet because I'm waiting for the whole thing to drop before I watch it. So no spoilers.
Did you
please.
watch that?
by the way,
that Pink Girl episode.
Yeah, I hated it.
Yeah. Next month, Extraordinary season 2 is coming out.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. Have they got a trailer?
Like
yeah.
30, 31 days or something like that. I think it said.
It was on Facebook. I was like,
Yes. Oh, Christine, if you haven't seen Extraordinary, you have to see it. It's
32
so
days.
fucking good.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Dark Side's coming back in 31 days.
Extraordinary. Just the word extraordinary.
Okay.
And
just type in series. It's on Disney Plus. If you don't have Disney Plus, you can find it through.
Yeah,
in
and
various
season
ways.
1 is already completely out, and season 2 is
Yeah.
coming. That was
It was our favorite show of the last year, and it came out at the beginning of last year, and it was our favorite. Show
I
of the
honestly
year.
wanted Extraordinary to win the Golden Glasses. I wanted it to win Show of the Year. I honestly felt like it was better than Loki.
Me too. What one?
I think Loki season. No, that was Returning. What was the new one? Hold on, I gotta look now. I don't remember.
it was.
I mean, Loki deserved the returning one.
Yeah, Loki did. Yeah, but what was the one? The one that won, I didn't necessarily agree with, but that's what the votes held. Hold on, I gotta.
Okay, Daniel Vance. Yeah, I mean, look, regarding me reviewing Quantum Leap, it's going to be on and off. I might not review every episode, but I will try to review what I can. Halo season 2.
I think
I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, Last of Us.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I liked Last of Us, but I thought Extraordinary just did something better. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but Last of Us was really good.
Halo season 2. Halo season 2. I'm looking forward to, because I want them to listen to the critical feedback of season 1, and if they listen to the fans and taking up what we want into consideration, then hopefully season 2 will be a lot better and more Halo-like, and we'll see how that pans out with season 2.
Is The Last of Us having a second season?
Oh yeah, they're already casting.
Yeah. You like The Last of Us way better. Yeah, I get it. I'm not going to argue. Like,
no. I mean,
that was a better known show, but Extraordinary it was just so funny, and it just so well made, and it literally came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
It came out of nowhere, and it just fucking blew us all away. We was pissing ourselves laughing, and I'm so glad it's coming back for a second season. I cannot fucking wait. Cannot wait.
I mean,
Yeah, extraordinary.
I don't
Awesome.
usually like blondes, but the blonde in it is attractive. The Irish ginger one is attractive. The guy who plays Jithos,
Who cares if they're attractive? It's a good show.
Mate, I don't care. It's just a great show. They could have
It is
the
a great-
fucking
it is a great- it is a great-
troglodytes in
I
there.
can't remember. I
Don't
can't remember
care.
how they look.
It was
But,
so good.
Look,
It was
Just
a
a
my
great
issue.
show.
They could all look like Ahmed Johnson for all I care. I mean,
Yeah.
I was one of the few people who was not happy that The Last of Us won the best new show.
I was.
On the go. No, because for me it became less of a zombie show as it progressed. I mean, it needed zombies in it, and
I
it was
don't.
like
I
less
don't
and
think
less.
that's ever been the focus of Last of Us, though. I think Last of Us has always
If you
been
don't play the game,
No. I think
zombies.
Last of Us has always been a commentary on how shitty humans would be to each other in the end of time.
Yeah, that
like
that
the
too.
zombies are just a backdrop to that situation. I think.
Didn't they just rip off The Walking Dead then? Because that's what The Walking Dead is about.
No, because
The Walking Dead.
I've never watched The Walking Dead, so I don't know.
The Walking Dead, Walking Dead is exactly like that, but it had more zombies in it. I just felt there was moments where we could just got a little bit more zombie.
Sorry, Zam, you're getting
it-
ratioed here.
It's their opinions.
The game
but I'm
wasn't
just
about
saying,
zombies.
but the game had zombies in it. You know, like those.
Yes.
No, just because of zombies in a show does not mean it's a zombie show. Like it could be a do what? Because there's so you have I have a terrible example. I don't know. Like so you've got 4 guys in a show, but there's one woman in the background, and it's a show about women now. Like that makes no sense.
The game was. I'm talking about the game, not the show. I'm talking about the game. The game was a zombie.
That's what they're
game where you
talking
had-
about.
The
That's what
game
they're
was
saying
not about
to you
zombies. It was about humans being shitty to humans.
No, I'm not doubting that too, but with some of the set pieces and scenarios they were going through, there wasn't enough interactions or moments where they had to.
I know
deal with
that,
the
Rick.
fucking
I know it's
zombies.
not about zombies. Yeah. Walking Dead's not about zombies. That's what I said. It just basically ripped off The Walking Dead. Neil Druckmann read the comic, was like, oh, I'll make that into a game.
I mean, and that might be, as I said, I've never watched The Walking Dead. Like I've seen plenty of it just from online and memes and everything like that. But
I
like,
know the game
Yeah,
was
I'm
about
just-
Joel and Ellie. I mean, they are the main characters of the game. But I've played the game, and you are having interactions with zombies. You have to deal with them to get around this.
no,
world.
if I have an
Going from-
interaction with a
going-
toaster
going-
in a Ghostbusters game,
going-
is it a toaster game?
Going from place to place. They were traveling
Toaster
across
simulator.
America. They were traveling across America, and there was hardly any zombie interaction.
We found Zam's debate topic.
Possibly.
Yeah, that's a good debate topic.
Winnie,
No,
you should come to Debate-a-mania and debate with Zam about whether or not The Walking Dead is a
What? No, Last of Us.
or whether
The
Last of Us
TV
is
show,
a
The Last of Us. And I'm specifically talking the TV show compared to the video game, which had fucking chock full of zombies, all these various types of zombies.
because you need things to kill in The Walking Dead. They are
Last
a
of Us.
plot
Last
device.
of Us. Forget
Yeah,
Walking Dead,
definitely.
Cheeto. You keep saying The Walking Dead.
Sorry,
You're
I'm
not
sorry.
talking
The
about
Last of Us. The Last of Us. I'm sorry. Yeah, Winnie says she would. Hey, Winnie, I'll set you up, man. We'll get this debate going. I'll give you information. Trust me, it's a
Yeah,
lot of fun. We already did one Debate-a-mania. Everybody had fun with it, except for Ginger
Yeah.
because he didn't want to do it because he's a
No,
he's a
I'm not. I'm
pretty
not going to look. The
Not
reason why I want
interested in it.
debate on this because listening to you fucking cunts, I've already lost the fucking debate when it comes to you motherfuckers voting. So go fuck yourselves.
No, you can't.
Fuck you.
Like why?
Ain't
No,
fucking doing
see,
it. Ain't doing
how do
it.
you know?
Ain't
How do you
doing
know?
it. I've
Literally,
already lost
it's.
the debate. I've already
How
lost
about?
the debate.
I promise I will not vote. I will not vote. How about that? I will not
Hey,
vote.
What you doing?
I don't give a flying fuck about The Last of Us. I hated the game and I hate the fucking series, so I don't give a shit either way because it's not a fucking game. I can't stand narrative-driven garbage with constant cutscenes. That's not a fucking game to me. A game is I want full control with the odd cutscene to move the plot along, not fucking every 2
And
seconds.
real-time
it's
events where you touch
interrupted.
titties.
Yeah.
I promise that if you can change my mind, I will be big enough to admit it.
There you
Well,
go.
the thing about Debate-a-mania is just that it's 2 people, we get together and then we debate a topic, and then the fans in the chat vote for whoever wins.
Also,
So it depends on who the fans are.
Regarding the series, it was lazy because all they did was use the cutscenes from the fucking game and put it into the show. There was no effort in that show when it came
I
to the
disagree.
story. It was fucking terrible in that sense. I'm thinking to
I
myself,
love
fair enough,
when
okay,
he's-
Listen,
I
The
could
thing
watch
with
the
me,
film.
Zam, is I
I
can't
could watch
stand
the
either,
game.
so I'm not even going to disagree.
Yeah, I could just watch the game and watch and they're trying to make this game, sorry, this show look like, oh, look how similar it is to the game. All you did was just copy the fucking cutscenes.
Well, all they had to
You
do
know,
was put what health bars and things in the corner, and then you'd be happy, right?
no, I wanted more. If you really wanted to copy the game, put some more fucking zombies in it to the fucking cutscenes. You know, that's what I wanted. You know, make it a bit more original as well. Try to branch it off the same way, you know, like the boys.
You're
and
really ruining your
Invincibles.
Debatamania topic
No,
here.
the same way. I'm not doing Debatamania. The same way the boys and Invincibles branched off. They took a particular matter
What
and
a
then they went their
wuss.
own direction. Not to
Wait, do you
copy
want to do
the
this?
comic books.
Well, I tell you what, as well. Here's the way I see it. Like how Neil Druckmann probably saw this more as doing like a human drama piece about what would happen and all that kind of bollocks. But it's like, fuck you. I'm with Zam in the sense that I want zombies. Like, I get that's not what The Last of Us is about, and that's why I don't fucking care about The Last of Us. Again, I hated the bloody games. But if you're gonna make a TV show, you've got to have some entertainment part in it. Every time I heard people's reviews, it's just fucking talky, drama. It's just like, no, that's why I don't watch The Walking Dead. I'm not interested in that.
That's
Winslow,
your
that was my.
Some people want to watch how people are going to interact and steal or fight for what's left over. That's interesting to some people, including myself.
But it's been done.
But at the same time, I also like The Walking Dead because I love zombies too. So there's a place in this world for both of those shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bloater was hardly the bloater was hardly fucking used. It was like minimalistic when they did bring it on show, and also the best episode was the Bill and what's his face episode,
and it had no zombies in it,
and it had a couple of zombies in it. But the point is, at that particular time, it was
there was a piano in it, so it's an episode about piano.
Listen, please stop it. Just stop it, yeah. We had 2 episodes already, which were chock full of zombies. The first episode and the second episode, which was good. So the change of pace for the third episode was nice, and it was a good character episode as well. I did like it, but after that, all of the episodes were very similar to that third episode, which were fucking zombie-less. You know,
see, that's unacceptable. That is unacceptable. If the rest of the whole fucking again, I don't know. Just can't by what.
I wonder.
Zombie-less. What's the point of it?
Episodes, and there were some good psychological episodes, but I wanted more fucking zombies in this zombie world, which has been taken over by zombies. I mean, they're trying to survive in this fucking world. Show me what they're surviving against. The very thing that they're scared of. The very thing they're having to build fortresses around. Show me that shit, and we weren't fucking getting any.
I wonder if living in Canada would be an advantage. Would zombies freeze in winter? I wonder.
They'll just get the Canadian zombies will just be too nice to be like, hey, buddy, I'm gonna bite you. Hey,
they'll be like,
no,
hey, can I bite you?
Yeah, can I bite you, buddy?
Hey, buddy, can I bite you?
All right.
You look like bacon, eh?
Yeah.
What are you taking a picture of?
Well, 3 of my birds were there, but now they moved a bit. Hold on, there we go.
Right.
The humans are the real monsters.
That's right. That's the point of the show and the game that I took away from it. Is that humans are the real monsters and zombies are like cuddly little teddy bears.
Listen, if I made a zombie flick or zombie series, I would have those fucking weird motherfuckers that will bang zombies as well. You know what I mean? Stick a muffle on them and bang them, because there's going to be freaks out there that are going to do that. There's going to be fetishes of that, and I'll just create a whole fucking genre of necrophilia, basically, and I'd be a billionaire in no time.
GG, right? I was watching a film the other day, right? And it's weird, right? It's basically these people have an alien land on their farm, and they take it into the thing, and one of the girls starts having an affair with it, and lets it do stuff to her, and it's just like, why the fuck am I watching this?
Whoever made that has been watching way too much hentai.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the reality of it. Yeah.
The next one would be like, what if it's hentai, but they're dead? Y'all are crazy. I don't know. And I like Daniel Vance's comment. Canadian zombies only bite maple trees for their syrup.
But to Sam's point, right? I really liked The Last of Us probably more than he did, but again, the thing is that they weren't trying to make a one-to-one with the game. They were just trying to make a compelling series.
Oh no, they were trying to make it almost one for one for the game. They took a lot from the video game.
They took a load, man. The whole fucking game was the cutscenes. Minus this fucking interaction they had
That's
with the
just fucking
zombies.
lazy. I was right to
Yeah.
watch that.
No. Bella, the thing is not in the game.
Well, yeah, all right. You're going to get a couple of extra characters and all that to pad it out compared to a game, but you know.
No, if you watch the video game and you watch the on YouTube, there's a video game and TV comparison thing, and it's incredible how many moments they took from the fucking from the game into the cutscenes. Loads.
Be warned for season 2 then, because there are some of those
because if they
cutscenes
didn't
that
do
are
that,
like
Sam, you know what would happen. Maybe Crybees would go, "Why is this in it?" You know, that's me. You get those idiots doing that. So
you never win anyway. You
you will never win if you try to please everybody. So
yeah.
I appreciate
always
what
say
the last
don't try to do, you know, the less fan service you can do in a show, the better, because that you're just giving in to the audience and you don't have any. That's
There's
why
little things that I liked about it. Like there's one part I think in the final episode where Joel had to give Ellie a boost so she can get to the ceiling, and then when she went to the ceiling, she climbed into the ceiling and pulled down a ladder so Joel could use the ladder to climb up into the ceiling himself. That's the sort of shit you get in the video game, which are like the co-op moments, you know, between the characters. I love
But
that
there was
shit.
no zombies in that scene, so F minus.
No, shut the fuck up.
F
yeah, I'm saying
minus.
No. I'm just saying what I appreciated. Yeah, stop fucking trolling me, please. Yeah, I'm just saying I'm able to say what I'm able to appreciate it from the video game. My fucking bird won't leave my camera alone. And so I'm just saying what I appreciated about it, you know, compared to what I didn't appreciate it. I can say that, you know, please. This is just ridiculous. Your petulance is driving me fucking nuts.
Yeah, damn it, Cheeto.
Yeah.
Got to be a child, you know, we're grown ups here and all of that.
I don't think there's any series that you guys put on that I disagreed with was at least decent.
Huh?
I mean, I actually rewatched Blue Eyes Samurai again, and what a fucking show that is!
That's a great show. That's a great show. That's Disney should look at that and be like, "Oh, that's how you write compelling women. Oh, that's how you do it." Blue Eyed Samurai.
That was awesome.
That was great.
I saw that. I saw that as well.
What compelling women? No, I ain't watching that shit. Come on.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god, what?
Oh no, I don't need my masculinity challenged here. Not in my own home.
I need the Disney stuff. Even though I hate women, I still want the Disney stuff because I know I can hate on that. But if I have to like a compelling character, then it challenges my masculinity. Yeah, no, watch that. It's fucking awesome. I can't wait for that season 2 of that to come out. Yeah, but there's some good stuff on the horizon coming out, and I can't remember none of it. I was glad.
Well, Roadhouse is coming out soon.
Roadhouse. That looks great in a shit way. But that
I
looks
did a
great.
trailer reaction for that, but once again, they're making a remake of a film that was already good that doesn't need remakes. Always remake a shit film, not a good film.
I agree with you.
No argument there, mate. That's for sure. You can't remake perfection. You know, it's why I love that every single time they've tried to do it, it's always fallen apart. And that was to just either do a sequel of or remake the Princess Bride. Do not fucking touch. That is a holy grail film. You don't touch
Overrated
the Princess
piece of
Bride.
shit.
Huh?
Overrated. Princess Bride.
I've had enough of you. Guantanamo Bay, Bazam. Guantanamo Bay.
Fuck you, yeah. It's the most overrated fucking bollocks I've ever seen. Look, it's not.
What are you moving? Stop moving yourself.
It's not.
You're getting dizzy. Stop it.
It's not terrible. But my God, the way people go on about that film, like some sort of holy grail fucking, you know, filet show, it's just ridiculous.
Well,
an
for
alright
you,
film. Nothing.
for you, you're in like when I say you're in the minority, I mean you're such a minority that the Republicans haven't found you yet to hate on you. That's how much of a minority you are.
Listen,
All
wait,
right.
listen.
When it comes to this film, I get it. There are very popular films that people won't like. That's fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, look at me and Ginger. We hate Thor Ragnarok, but you know,
Yeah, and everyone else loves it. You know, so there is that, and I'm not
like
taking that away from you, Sam. I'm not. I'm just saying, as a huge fan of the film, who loves it with a great big passion, it's one of those doesn't need a remake. It just doesn't. And the fact
No,
that
I agree with you there. I wouldn't want that film to be remade either. You know, I'm just saying. I just personally think it's a little bit overrated.
that's
That's all I'm
fine.
saying.
No, that's absolutely fine. You know, we're not all gonna like the same
That's-
shit. That I'm not gonna do a
Mr. and
cheat
Mrs.
out and then
Smith.
start saying, it's because there's no zombies in it. That's why he didn't like it.
For the,
Yeah,
No, that's
if
my
you're gonna
comment.
If you're gonna remake something, you're trying to take something that was shit and remake it better. So, Princess Bride is already just phenomenal the way it is. You
Yeah.
can't change it. It would ruin it. You can't, because some people think it's so bad it's good. Other people think it's so good it's good.
I'm in the
You can't remake that.
You just can't remake it.
No.
It won't catch the same vibe, the same era. Gaz.
I was going to say, the film that they should remake, because the book's amazing, is Fabian John Carter of Mars. Fabian, the fucked up the first one so badly. You can remake that shit and make it compelling.
Yeah, I didn't mind John Carter of mine. I thought it was all
I
right.
didn't like it.
It was all right.
You know,
It
it
I'm
wasn't
actually-
great.
Believe it or not, I'm actually with Zam on the whole Princess Bride thing. Like, not 100%. Like, I think it is overrated, but I don't think it's like I think it's a good movie though. Like, I just think it's
it's fair enough. It's just one of those films that
I
it's
want
going to be beloved by many, and there'll be a few pockets of
Mr. and Mrs. Smith would be made for the third
idiots
time. Or
that didn't like. I mean, people that didn't like it.
is
What was
it
the
is this
second
one a
time?
show or is it a movie?
This
Because
is the
the
third.
series is-
This is the third time. The series is the third
It's a
time.
series.
It's a
So what was
series.
the second
Oh,
time?
God.
Third.
Was that what was the second?
The Brad Pitt one.
The Brad Pitt.
Oh, so what was the first then?
It was.
can't remember.
It was something in the 60s or 70s, I think.
Yeah.
See,
Oh,
but
okay.
here's the thing: if there's something that has that much of a generational gap, like I'm okay with them remaking it for like modern times, like you know, but like if you have something that's like Ninja Turtles, like
1996. They made. Yeah. No. I again. To your point, Cheeto. Yeah, it's a generational thing. If it's been a good time, like 30, 40 years, but again, it just depends. So again, for us, let's say, and I'll use The Princess Bride because it's a legacy that hasn't died out. It's not a film that's died from people's consciousness. There are still huge fans. They still do big watch parties for it. It's still a whole big thing, like Star Wars and all this kind of stuff. You can't remake it. It just, nobody would love it the same way that they loved. And if you make a sequel, no Andre the Giant in it, just, it won't feel the same. And
you hire Paul White.
I was going to say, you can hire Paul White, who is a fantastic actor, but it's still not the same.
No.
And just the attitudes of filmmaking and the writing is so bad these days. It wouldn't feel the same.
Are they genuinely doing a Princess Bride remake? Are they doing it?
No.
Okay.
They keep trying and there's always pushback and it falls apart and the actors are always reluctant to come back. Not even to do a remake, just to do a sequel.
The thing that they are doing is a Highlander remake, which is just why.
I'm gonna get to that in a second. Daniel Vines, when you say 2001, are you talking Mean Machine, the football version?
Yeah, the American version is called The Longest Yard.
Yeah, the American version is called The Longest Yard. Yeah.
Yeah.
King Kong. Yeah, don't do that anymore. Like I've had enough of that. Yeah.
Scott Bakula was the first Mr. Smith.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that. Yeah.
I don't know.
Or the series, which I just finished watching, is quite different to the movie. As I explained, like Mr. and Mrs. Smith do know that they're both spies, but they're working for the same agency, and they have
this one
to do.
Sorry, this one's acceptable, Winslow, because yes, Chris Hemsworth is a hot piece of ass. Okay, let's be honest. But Thor Ragnarok was a stupid film. I'm excited for the Fallout series. Yeah, I'll tell you what, that surprised me how good the trailer looked for the Fallout series. That actually looks decent. So I'm looking forward to that.
I've never played the game, so I'm totally unfamiliar with it.
Play Fallout New Vegas. It's a fucking excellent game.
It's the only good one.
Bethesda. It's just like Bethesda. There's something about Bethesda games that really just turn me off. They're all like
I'm with you on
samey.
that. I can't stand that
Yeah.
fucking game.
You know that I don't play video games, but and Fallout is one of them. But their trailers
yourself
for
a woman.
Fallout were done so well that I remember them. The music they picked, I really like their trailers even for Fallout.
What's that for? The Fallout game.
Yeah,
fair enough. Yeah. I'll watch anything with Ella Purnell just for her eyes. Is she the one that's the one that's starring in the Fallout series, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, let's have a look.
But I mean, I'm trying to think of films that I wouldn't mind being remade.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Can I see?
Lovely doe eyes. Yeah, I'll get a picture of her.
But like when you have a classic like Total Recall, which is one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's top tier movies, and then what makes you think to yourself that this film needs to be remade, and they do, you know,
sacrilege.
That remake, as far as I'm concerned, does not exist. It is absolutely fucking awful.
That's Ella Purnell. Absolutely.
She looks a bit like Angelina Jolie. She looks a lot like Angelina Jolie.
I think
Beautiful eyes.
A niece or something, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
But yeah, Zam, again, another fucking film that should never have been remade. Total Recall. It's a masterpiece.
Total Recall
shouldn't
so
have remade
fucking good. The original, that is.
Yeah, the original. It's so good. And the Colin Firth
get your ass to
version
Mars.
was awful. Huh?
Get your ass to Mars. Yeah.
Yeah, get your ass to Mars.
Yeah, it's
I watched Sydney Sweeney for her eyes. Yeah, I'm sure you do. Me too, Cheeto. Me too.
But I am going to make a prediction, and if this prediction doesn't come through, that Madam Web film is going to be a beautiful disaster. It's going to be like Room.
Madam Web. Yeah.
That's going to be like.
I'm going to watch. I'm watching that just because of Sydney
Room
Sweeney.
Levels are bad. I'm just calling it now.
Yeah, I'm watching that for Sydney Sweeney, and I'm not even hiding the fact. Of course.
I'll tell you what. Yeah.
Spandex suit.
There was a trailer. I remember watching the trailer for The Hangover, and I thought, oh my god, look at this low budget piece of shit. It's going to be so fucking crap, and it ended up being one of the best films of that particular year.
I hate that film with a passion.
Well, Hangover.
Really?
Oh, I love it.
I just did not find it funny at all. It was just garbage.
I find it funny for a little bit because what's his face? Is it Jason Sidney? No, Zach
Galifianakis.
It launched the career of Zach Galifianakis and Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, it did. I don't debate that, but it was just terrible. It was outdated humor. I just did not find it funny at all.
I did. I loved it.
Well, this is Josephine Langford. Yes, she has very beautiful eyes. This doesn't do it justice because I see the other stuff on Google.
Oh, by the way, have you seen who the new Supergirl is?
Yes, I have. That's great casting. Actually, that's what I want to talk about. That while we're at it, you get a picture of the new Supergirl. That if you want to do that, that's fine.
Wait, you gotta stop fucking biting my hand.
Now, people know me. They know I don't like James Gunn. I mean, I like the person. He seems all right, but I don't like his stuff. I don't like his work. But here's one thing I fucking love about James Gunn. He, with his casting, with his universe, he is taken from page to film in the sense that he is casting like comic accurate actors to portray the characters. He's not diverging like everyone else fucking does. And it creates a hellscape for people like me who are a horse for pure adaptation. Cheeto.
Now, wait a minute. Hold on. You can't hold the same standard for video games as you do for, you can't differentiate because you just were saying earlier, oh no, they didn't take creative liberties with Last of Us. So, I didn't care. I hated it or whatever.
No,
but it's like, but then you're saying when you take something from page to film, they take creative liberties and you hate it.
Because I'm a hypocrite.
Okay.
I'm a hypocrite, but I admit that. Look, I've said to you, I'm very selfish in this regard.
I know.
What's in a comic book, what's in a film, I want it translated in terms of the look. doesn't mean about the fucking storyline, the look. Okay, you're talking about page for page story. I'm talking about the look mainly, but even that, I'm still a hypocrite. Don't give a fuck. Okay, and if people want it their way for like The Last of Us, absolutely fine. That's fine if that's what you want to do. That's fine. But the cutscenes in a game are animated, so if you're translating that to film, you're just getting a clearer picture of that. That sucks. You know what I mean? But
No,
I'm just
Pedro Pascal
focusing
does
main-
not really look like Joel.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
be
true.
real.
Yeah, that's true. But you know, again, yeah, I am being totally selfish here. Happy to admit it. But that's what I like about Gunn. He's just saying, look, this is what Supergirl looks like in the comics. That's what they're gonna look like on film. This is what Jimmy Olsen is. That's what they're gonna. And I like that. That's how it should be. It just again from a purely selfish point of view,
And-
because
Yeah,
you
I've
can
got
just
good
be
And
like,
it's
hey,
picture.
not,
look, the
it's
thing on the
not good
page
when they
looks like the
find
thing in the film.
is I don't like when they go and look for a famous actor that already exists and push them into that role. I'd rather them find someone who's true to the look that happens to be a newbie and can act. And I'd rather see that than some,
Jesus Christ,
you
girl.
know,
Yeah,
What?
which is
Sorry.
like again, so the person they took for Superman, you know, he's been in a few small things. He's brilliant. The actor they've got to play new Superman was a great choice. I saw him in.
He's got.
I think the show was called
David
Hollywood.
David Corrin
Great.
Sweat, and they're stuck with the tradition of always picking unknowns, and so
Yeah.
they have to, and that's a tradition. I'm happy that they keep.
Because you don't want the actor to overshadow the part. The part should always be.
Well, Batman's always been recently. Batman's always been a known actor, but
not necessarily.
Well, I would say Michael Keaton.
No,
was
they have
recently famous.
because Michael Keaton was quite famous when he got the role. Val Kilmer was very famous when he got the role. George Clooney was a fucking megastar when he got the role.
Yeah,
Christian Bale was very well known already.
Yeah, and Ben Affleck, and
Ben Affleck,
even Robert Pattinson. He's
Robert Pattinson, motherfucking vampire.
Anyway, this is Millie Alcock. She was in Game of Thrones. She's this actress now. So hold on. Actually, I got the wrong one. 1 second.
Pick the blue, the one with the blue background.
Sorry.
Oh, never mind.
Sorry, I got the wrong.
Okay, mate, no problem.
And she definitely looks like Mary Cara.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
But look at that.
Well, that's just a Photoshop job, man. Get a picture of the actual actress.
Yeah,
that's a fan art. I mean,
yeah.
But I agree with you. I mean, she does look like Supergirl.
Yeah,
she's exactly like her.
She's great. You know that's what I like.
Jesus Christ, this girl would like to nibble my fucking thumb. So yeah,
come on, Zam, debate Winnie at Debatemania about Last of Us. Come on, man, that would be such a good.
I would rather slit my wrist.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson was fuck. I love that film. Love the Batman, except for the final act. The final act was garbage.
Hey, you guys want to know a really fun fact?
Go for it.
I have not seen the Batman yet.
You should watch it.
Oh, you should watch it, man. It's great.
I know. I actually own it. I bought it on Black Friday for like $7.50, and I still have not watched it.
I had to turn it off. I'm so sorry. I tried, guys. I watched like
okay. Again, that's
10
all right.
minutes.
That's fine. You just have to accept the fact that you're human scum because you didn't like it. So you know, it's nothing personal.
I'll try again.
There's Millie Alcock, the Australian actress.
Struth, mate.
She's
come from Krypton, you can't.
I'm sure I'm sure let me read the article. I'm sure she's Australian. Oh, for fuck's sake! This
girl. By crikey, Superman's me fucking cousin.
Yeah, look right here. The new DC universe has found its Supergirl, an Australian actor, Millie Alcock. The 23-year-old breakout role as Rhaenyra Targaryen in the House of Dragon impressed audiences worldwide, as well as DC Studios co-chairman James Gunn. Reports on Monday suggest that Alcock has been cast as Superman's Kryptonian cousin for the rebooted DC universe, and Gunn quickly confirmed that Alcock's casting on Instagram soon after. Millie is fantastically talented.
Oh my god!
Actor.
You don't need to read the article. We don't care. We
I want to finish. I'm going to finish reading it, and I'm incredibly excited about her being part of the DCU.
Zam will not be denied. He will have his zombies.
He will drag the show down to his level. Yeah.
I first become aware of her in the House of Dragon. but I was blown away by her varied auditions and screen test for Supergirl. He wrote, "That's it. Very short. and
Great,
sweet."
riveting. Riveting. I wonder if she'll be get like Brainiac. Oh, Brainiac, more like fucked in the head.
Dude, I love your like. What was that fan film we watched? The Spider-Man ones.
The Spider-Man one. It was like,
With the Australia. That
oh,
was like
man, you fucking
I
bitch.
laughed so hard during that, not because of the fan film, just because you're Australian.
You
I
think-
couldn't
what's this?
take it.
I
I
can't
think the
help
new
it.
person
Like,
that plays Supergirl, I'm not a fan. Or you mean of Millie Alcock?
I think the new
Um,
person to play Superman. You're not a fan of Millie Alcock? She's brilliant.
Yeah.
You'll like
Listen,
her.
we don't really
If
know
you
how
don't like
smart
her,
she
I'll
is. Will you
kneecap
quit
you.
calling her brilliant? Jeez.
Yeah.
Will you quit calling her brilliant? We don't know how smart she is.
Shut up.
But yeah, I mean, look at
I'm an
the
American.
what's the new Superman film called? Is it Superman Legacy or something? I can't
Yeah,
remember what it's
Superman
called.
Legacy.
Please don't make it flaming Lex Luthor's bad guy again. Make it like
No, but he needs to be in there. They've already cast him.
no, he's going to be
Yeah.
in there, but don't make him the bad guy.
No, I don't think
Nicholas Hoult.
they're gonna make him as a bad guy. I don't think James Gunn is that stupid.
Oh yeah, Nicholas Hoult. That's a great
Yeah.
casting.
Yeah.
Right, it's great
By the
casting
end
as
of it, he's gonna turn blue and hairy.
I loved it in X-Men First Class when he managed to get the mannerisms of Kelsey Grammer as Beast spot on. I was like, this kid is that kid because he was a kid at the time. I was like, what a fucking phenomenal actor. Not bad for somebody who started off in a film called About a Boy. You know what I mean? You never think like your child actors would come on to be these like spectacular fucking like brilliant
Yeah.
all-rounded actors.
Now more child actors than ever. Now they're like Joseph Gordon. Is it Levitt?
Yeah,
I remember him from Third Rock from the Sun and stuff like that.
Look, I thought his
Um,
career was over after The Dark Knight Rises.
Even what's his name? Tom Holland. Yeah, he was a child actor. He's been in loads of stuff when as
Oh,
a
was
kid.
he? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Scarlett Johansson was a child actor.
Yeah, she was a
Yeah.
child actor. Yeah. Yeah.
Who else? There was another one who was surprisingly a child actor. I don't
Christian
remember.
Bell was a sort of child actor. Emperor of the Sun.
Yeah.
Back which was really good. His performance in that was phenomenal. And then there's some
Yeah.
people who are child actors who are on stuff now, but they never really made it as an adult actor.
Well,
Haley
Macaulay
Joel Osment.
Culkin. He
And,
dropped
yeah.
off. The minute
Yeah, I
he hit
was gonna say,
puberty, he was done.
He's had his celebrity only because of Home Alone and My Girl.
Ironically, though, his brother Kieran
Uncle Buck
Culkin
as well.
is really good. I mean, he's been in loads of
Better with
stuff.
age. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
getting
and
better with age.
he's in he was in Succession, and he's been in Scream movies and stuff like that. Is really good.
Yeah, Kieran Culkin is fucking
Yeah.
phenomenal actor. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
And he's just had a steady flow of work since he was a little kid. As well, because I think he played one of the cousins in Home Alone as well. I think.
Brothers, I think it was.
What? Did you
Is it-
sneeze?
No,
What the fuck did you say then?
I said he's one of the brothers. Do you have like loads of brothers? Do you?
No, he had loads of cousins. He only had one brother.
Oh.
And a sister, I think.
Their parents were horrible stage moms, stage dads, or whatever.
Yeah, they
I-
divorced them. They divorced their parents.
Yeah.
They were really fucking just horrible. And that's the thing as well. Like, so again, the fact, so Macaulay Culkin, obviously, because he was in the limelight a lot and he suffered with like drug and alcoholism and all this kind of stuff. The fact that his brother came out okay is a miracle because they had fucking horrible childhood and upbringing. Look at people like Corey Feldman, huge
Yeah.
child star. Dropped off because, they
Corey
tried
Haim,
to sexually
Corey
abuse
Feldman.
him.
Sean Astin, though, he had a decent career. I mean,
He dropped off for quite a while, though. He dropped off
Mr.
for quite a
Frodo.
while.
he did obviously he did the Goonies, which people remember him from as a kid actor, and then as a teenage actor he did Toy Soldiers, and then after that he did drop off. But then once he did Lord of the Rings, his career has been pretty steady.
Yeah, but then after Lord of the Rings, what did he do?
thought
50
Corey-
First
I thought
Dates.
Corey-
I was about to say he was in
Terrible
50
character.
First Dates. That's
He was
that's
in
miracle of cinema.
24, and he's been in a few he was in Stranger Things. You know,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
I thought Corey was someone else. I take back the cuckoo. I thought you were talking about someone else. Sorry.
Yeah, there's two. There's the Corey Haim and Corey Feldman.
And both of
Corey
them
Haim,
suffered.
they both went doolally because they were sexually abused
Yeah, they're
as
sexually
child
abused.
actors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the paedophile ring in Hollywood.
Shit.
The whole
yeah.
big
No,
fucking
no. I'm
pedophile
not
trafficking
thinking.
ring.
I'm not thinking about either Corey's. I was thinking the guy that is now alt-right Christian.
It's Kirk
Who's a-
Cameron.
Yes, that's who I was thinking.
Oh,
Who-
Kirk Cameron. Oh yeah, fuck
yeah,
that
yeah.
guy.
That's who I thought was. Never mind. Yeah, that's who I thought it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you know, at least he had a sane
All right.
childhood. I think, you know,
All right.
even if
And
he
that's
is
why he
gone
turned out
to
so
Sunday
good.
Christian, I don't care.
All
Like
right.
a good boy.
Here's a legit question, right? No fake troll answers. Legit.
Oh,
What
shit.
is the one film that if you could say would you remake? And I'm gonna give you one, right? Fabian, Cloud Atlas. There you go.
What?
Cloud Atlas. Cloud Atlas was a great book, and the series, the film made of it was terrible.
Oh, so what film would you remake that was a pile of shit? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
The entire new Star Wars trilogy. It was fucking shit. So I'd remake that.
Like there was we mentioned Corey Feldman. There was a film he was in which I watched as a kid, and the concept was really good, but the film was really shit. And that was a film called Silver Bullet, and it was about it was about a member of this town where it's got Gary Busey in it as well. He plays like a kooky uncle, and it's about the member of this town where somebody's a werewolf and he's killing off people, and you find out who the werewolf is eventually.
Yep.
But the uncle doesn't believe it and stuff
So
like
it's
that.
like an adult version of Scooby Doo.
Vance will do Bubba Hotep.
No, because because in this case there's no mask to pull off. You know, the person's genuinely a werewolf.
I saw it.
Yeah.
What would that remake?
I don't think I'd. It's hard to say what you're going to remake because there's movies you love and then there's movies you hate so much you don't even want to see them, so you can't really imagine them being remade as good. You just hate them. I can't think of one off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Well, for instance, I always thought Thunderball was one of the shittest James Bond movies ever made, but I was very happy with Never Say Never Again because that's a remake of Thunderball, and that's far fucking superior as far as I'm concerned. Much better.
Yeah, but Thunderball had Tom Jones sing the song, so it gets away with that.
Yeah.
Fucking love Tom.
Don't like it's a laugh out loud, but it is a shit movie, and shit movies deserve a remake. That's the whole point. Don't remake a good film. Remake a shit film.
The only ones I can always think of are just fucking...
they remade Clash of the Titans. Like Clash of the Titans didn't need to be remade. The original in '82 was superb. Obviously the special effects are dated with the stop motion animation, but that's what was so enjoyable.
So do I.
Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok? Yes.
Ragnarok. Yeah, and not have Hulk in it because I want Planet Hulk on its own.
But it's already a very popular film. It's just you guys dislike it.
Yeah, because we have good taste.
No,
I think 28 weeks later.
And Zam, you're a pussy, old bro.
What?
28.
No, I'm just going London on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we don't agree. So I'm just like, oh, you're a pussy,
okay.
And I threw this in.
Yeah.
28 weeks later, remake that.
28 weeks.
Oh, the sequel. Yeah, 28. Yeah, that had the worst editing and camera work I've ever known in a fucking film. It was a good film, but the camera work was abysmal.
The bloody politics in it was amazing because it's like was it a narco-syndicate politics of a mainstream movie?
We're in a narco-syndicate commune. We don't have
they're going to make it. They're turning it into that. They're making a trilogy, aren't they? They're doing 28 months later.
Yeah, it's been over a decade.
I think now they're doing 28.
They're going to make that
28 years later, right? Isn't that
they should do 28 years later.
Well, no, I think they're making it. Isn't that coming out?
I don't know.
I swear to God that I heard something somewhere about a 28 years later.
Don't tease me because 28 days later is in my top 5.
28 days later was really good. It brought in running zombies. That was the first film to do running zombies. and that was scary as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Such a good film.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
And even though I didn't like the sequel, I still enjoyed watching it because I loved the first one so much. And if they come out with a
TLD.
if
Sorry,
they come out with a
Christine.
third one, oh my god, that'll be awesome.
Idris
waiting on
is
that.
absolutely fantastic.
Uh,
They are doing a 28 years. Winslow Hope said. Only Hope says.
okay.
And Cillian Murphy's going to be in it. Well, he's hot stuff right now. About time too, because
Yeah.
for a long
After
time
coming off of what was that film? That Peaky Blinders. After coming off of
Peaky
that
Blinders,
and
but-
Oppenheimer.
And then Oppenheimer.
Yeah, but he's been in stuff for years, but he was never really like doing major roles. He was always playing like supporting roles. Like even after Batman, Batman Begins, you know, like he played Scarecrow in that, and then he was like in like a couple of cameos in the sequels.
Yeah.
What's going on with this guy?
Well, look at Oppenheimer. Like the studio didn't want him as Oppenheimer, but Christopher Nolan did.
He would.
And now forget it. Now his career's just gone fucking stratospheric. Once he wins that bloody Oscar,
You
it's
think he's
game
going to
over,
win
man.
it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Oppenheimer's
he's
in
a-
a clean house.
It's a white guy at the Oscars. Of course he's gonna win.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
What do you think this was? You know.
No,
The
but
golden
I will-
glasses?
I will-
Get out of here.
But I will say that he was in that series. Was it Peaky Blinders, where he was in that? He was good in that for a good decade at least.
His Birmingham accent was spot on for an Irishman to pull that off. It was phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not hard to do Birmingham accent. You just got to sound like you're fucking bored. And have nice keep it tight.
You got to do Noddy Holder. Noddy Holder.
What?
Noddy Holder.
Oh, Noddy Holder. Yeah. Noddy Holder. It's Christmas. Nonce.
Well, they might do
Fucking
a Peaky Blinder movie. I hope they do.
Jump.
Because the way the sequel, the way the last season ended, it does set up for something. But we'll see what happens.
No, they should. It was a good show. I don't know, Christina, have you watched Peaky Blinders? Yeah, it's fucking
All of
awesome.
it. Yeah. So you see how it ends at the end of season 6, I think.
Oh, wait. I might have only seen 5 seasons. I thought I watched the whole thing.
I haven't seen the last season.
There might be 5
Yeah,
seasons.
yeah.
I'm not sure. I should be
It's
honest with you.
6.
There's
There's 6. No, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I
there's 6
loved
seasons.
it. I'm gonna go watch it again now. So
Yeah.
no spoilers.
The one, it's a tragedy because the one who plays their mother died. The actress died.
You
No, it's their
fucker.
auntie.
What did I just say?
No, it's not a spoiler.
Oh.
The actress
Okay.
died.
Oh.
IRL in real life. She
Oh,
died.
okay.
She passed away.
I'm sorry.
Cancer.
BT
So,
dubs.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, that's a great show, and not just because the lead character is hot as fuck. I mean, it's a good show.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Again, Cillian
Yeah.
Murphy, beautiful man.
Oh,
It was a bit like our version of Boardwalk Empire. Like it was like
Yeah.
a period
That's a
piece
great
gangster
comparison.
film. You know,
Yeah.
and,
which was
yeah,
also a good show.
it was
like-
good, but the fifth season was shit. Like they did an
Broadwalk
8-year time.
Empire.
Yeah, they did an 8-year time jump between 4 and 5 season 4. Like, what the hell, man? That's a massive time jump. You know, considering every other season was like, you know, pretty much on the same timeline, and then boom, 8 years, and then they just tried to wrap everything up.
That's the good thing with Peaky
jail
Blinders,
and-
yeah, because it's British. It's 6 episodes, so it's easy to binge in a weekend. Short and sweet, but full of content. We don't need to pad it out 24 episodes and bore the living crap out of everyone with needless filler. Unless it's a procedural. If it's a procedural, slap those
One of
24 episodes on.
one of the
NCIS
actors-
all the fucking way.
His
And,
name-
up until all the good actors left.
See,
His name is-
as CSI as well.
His
Yeah.
name is Joe Cole. He's gone on to America now. He's doing some stuff there. He was one of the brothers who got killed off in the earlier seasons.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
that's good to see. And what's his face? The guy who plays the oldest brother. What was his name?
I can't remember, mate.
Yeah, I saw him in that movie with what's his face?
He did
Kevin
a really
Hart.
good acting job. He really played the role of someone with post-traumatic stress disorder, and not being very bright at the same time, and just the anger, and he really emoted that character so well.
Yeah, I was going to say about Oppenheimer. Actually, the other actors that I haven't seen for a while was the guy who was in, what was that show? Numbers, was it Numbers? And there was also Bernard in Flaming.
Oh yeah, something
Berthold.
Chrome. What's his
Yeah,
fucking name?
Chronos or something. Yeah, anyway, he was on that Inside of You with what's his name, with Michael Rosenbaum, right? And basically, he told a couple of stories. Like he said, because he told a story about him going for the
Oppenheimer role.
Yeah. And he said
Yeah.
that he thought he fucked it up and basically got smashed. And he got told that no, you actually got it. It was like he didn't do that. But he also saw the story that he apparently like
David Krumholtz.
Yeah. Apparently, it took him 14 takes to do. Do you know the bit when we're in the train? It took him 14 takes to do that, and he's just like going, it's like going. And apparently, because Christopher Nolan's got a decent sense of humor on it, where he went, he says, "Do you like that?" He says, "Well, you see, wasn't 14 times like it was the first time." It's just like Christopher Nolan, just being, the sarcastic guy he actually is.
Yeah. Yeah.
The thing about Christopher Nolan, he's got decent. The best story that's come out of Oppenheimer is was like Christopher Nolan won an award for it, right? And he was telling a story about apparently like he was on the Peloton. You can have like the screen of it with the woman, right? Apparently, like she was like doing it, and then she goes in the middle of it. She goes, I watched Tenet the other day. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And literally, he was there going in the middle of this Peloton thing and went, what the fuck? That's great. Okay.
What the fuck's a Peloton again?
Do you like that bit when you're on a bike and you're on a bike, but there's like a little video screen?
Yeah, Peloton
Okay.
bike. I thought that Peloton. You were talking about Peloton was something else, like a British thing.
So Christopher Nolan was telling the story that he was on a Peloton program, and the instructor basically, signed off Tennant went in the middle of it. He was like going, did you see that piece of shit and stuff like that? And he goes, when a few critics tells me I film shit, at least I don't have to work out with them all afterwards. It's just like that's the sort of person that Christopher Nolan is.
Meow.
No, Christopher Nolan has a decent sense of humor, and everyone.
Yeah, well, he's a Geordie, so you'll either get one extreme or the other. Yeah, he's a Geordie.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because he's a posh cunt. That's why.
Well, after we do this, I'm going to do my review of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. But I was hoping maybe we could turn things on the dime a little bit and talk about SmackDown, which happened yesterday.
No, you're not allowed to. Yeah, go on, man. Well, yeah, that was an interesting one. I was going to move into wrestling next and then gaming. So
The Rock. Sorry, you're muted.
I'm gonna go. Enjoy your night. You boys have fun, but be good.
We'll try.
Bye.
No promises.
Bye.
I might shag Zam. I don't know.
If I let you. Yeah. But anyway,
please, I can get it anywhere.
I bet you can.
Sass. Ohio Sass. Damn.
So The Rock's back, and no surprise, it looks like maybe my money is on Cody Rhodes possibly beating Roman Reigns for the title, like Elimination Chamber.
I thought, are they doing that, or are they going to do Reigns and
Rollins
and Reigns? Reigns and Rock at Mania, and then Rollins and Cody Rhodes at Mania.
Well, that's also a possibility too. But
I don't want that. Like
I feel like the Rock Reigns match is more to do with who's going to be the tribal chief, and they don't need to fight over a belt.
Yeah, but they're not going to take the strap off of Roman Reigns yet. I mean, they're heading for that Hulk Hogan reign. Isn't that when did they have to be? SummerSlam is like when he beats. Yeah, SummerSlam is when he beats Reigns or when he beats Hogan.
This story thing with Cody Rhodes, it might have to go on for another fucking year then, because if he does fight Seth Rollins, then fair enough. But
No, they need to make it a triple threat because you don't want it to be a carbon copy of last year. Rollins
Yeah, the thing is,
or not
look,
Rollins.
the
triple
thing
threat
is,
won't work.
because of the CM Punk injury, just basically blew everything wide open now. So they're stupid in
And
that
Brock
they
Lesnar.
think they're going to need The Rock to kind of get that star power into WrestleMania, which is again, it's the same old fable that the same old trap, and this is why I get frustrated. Like people sing Triple H's praises, but every time I watch the main WWE product, I'm not impressed, and they're still following the Vince kind of storylines and all this. So bringing the Rocking, okay, I don't know if it's a distraction tactic to kind of move away from all the Vince stuff, which is fucking impossible. Or it's because CM Punk's injury kind of derailed everything. It didn't derail anything, okay? CM Punk's injury is a situation where you can rectify it by having fucking Gunther versus Seth Rollins, all right? And make Gunther a double champion. It's as simple as that. No one's going to hate that. It's going to be great. And you give Cody his WrestleMania moment. And then
Yes.
next year, you give Punk his WrestleMania moment.
Yeah.
The end. It's as simple as that. This
that
is
was
just
my
panic.
That was just my thought. It was triple threat, Cody Rhodes, Rock, Reigns for the WWE title. Possibly Cody goes over. If not, leave the strap on Reigns, as much as I hate to admit it, but I'd rather that than giving it to the fucking Rock. And then,
And I don't want
Gunther and Rollins.
I don't want him to lose it at Elimination
yeah.
Chamber, which is the
He ain't winning shit.
possibility. Yeah.
But I mean, look. For a start, The Rock was involved in this possible angle. He mentioned about being head of the table weeks before the injuries and the fucking revelations of the scandals happened. You know, so this was already in the pipeline, as far as I was concerned. I do believe also John Cena's going to come back as well to add some more star power. Now Brock Lesnar's out of the picture as well.
And he'll probably face Gunther because Brock was supposed to face Gunther originally.
Yeah, that's
Not
right.
that I want that. I don't want that. I agree with Ginger's idea. I want Gunther and Rollins to do.
Yeah.
And for me, I'd rather take John Cena back because the guy still wrestles every year in some capacity. You know, he's still got in-ring ability. Watching The Rock wrestle is, you know, it's cringing. The guy, you know, I worry.
This is a great comment. The Rock is trying to Black Adam this year's Mania. Yeah.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
No, the Rock can still wrestle. It's just that he's.
How do you know he hasn't wrestled in forever?
Wait, he did 5 minutes against Cena 10 years ago, and he was gassed.
Yeah,
he was absolutely tanked.
Yeah. He's way too bulky. Like his body is not built right now to cardio wise. Like he will get out of steam so quickly because his body is just not built that way right now.
Yeah, it becomes way too muscular. That promo he had with Jinder Mahal, you know, after fucking doing a people's elbow and the spine buster, rock bottom, all that shit, he was absolutely blowing after just those 3 moves.
Yeah.
You know, imagine him having to do a 25-30 minute match. He'd have a fucking heart attack in that ring.
Well, the good thing is he's got the right opponent because Roman Reigns is fucking slow as shit.
Boring.
Well, that's fine if you want to call it boring. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. But it's the perfect opponent because they can move at a pace that will suit The Rock.
Well, but that's why I think it should be triple threat with Cody because Cody can carry that match, in my opinion. Like, you know, when The Rock is winded and out on the side of the ring, then you have Roman and Cody going at it because Cody can still go.
And it would have made a great storyline as well to say, I don't give a shit about your table. You know, this is about my, this is about my throne. Fuck your table.
Well, and it kind of harkens back to WrestleMania 20. And I know I'm going to say the name of the person we shouldn't speak of, but Chris Benoit. Remember, it was always a rivalry between Shawn Michaels and Triple H, and they discounted Benoit. And and then at the end of Mania, guess who got the title? Benoit.
Exactly.
And that was one of the biggest pops in WrestleMania.
Well, what they did, though, I think, Chito, was that they made Benoit win the Rumble coming in number 1, which nobody saw coming. Because nobody thought that Benoit would be given the main event push. He was still a mid-carder then. And I think what they also did, the reason why they put Shawn Michaels in there as well, is just to add that bit of star power to the match, because I think they weren't necessarily banking on Benoit being so popular to have a one-on-one match with Triple H and that be a main event. That's how I look at it.
Which falls on Vince McMahon's fucking utter ignorance.
Yeah. I agree. But and then on top of that, regarding Rock
she's back.
and Reigns, I don't think
Can't live without us.
No,
they
I'm
need
sorry.
that star
I
power
take-
of Cody Rhodes. Sorry, go on.
Yeah.
Just a second, sorry. I take a lot of medication that messes with my memory. So I just went to the TV to binge watch that show with Murphy in it, and I've forgotten the name of it.
Peaky Blinders.
Peaky
Peaky
Blinders.
Blinders. All right, thanks, guys. Have a great night.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Cheeky Blinders.
Bye.
Peaky Blinders.
Cheeky.
Yeah.
Cheeky
No,
Blinders.
Peaky.
BBC iPlayer.
Turn off your safe search and put in Cheeky Blinders.
BBC iPlayer. You should be able to get that. You're in a Commonwealth country.
Okay. Peaky Blinders. Thanks, guys. Good night.
All right. See ya.
Bye-bye.
But yeah, like I mean, the fact that The Rock and Reigns' segment was what the most disliked video they've ever done is, I think it's more The Rock than it is Roman Reigns, because
100%. It really is.
because The Rock's stock has dropped significantly.
Yeah, it has.
In wrestling. I mean, never mind films or whatever, just in wrestling in general. I don't know why. It just has.
Because he's fucking over the hill, dude. He's 52 and he's past his prime, and no one respects him
No,
anymore.
it's not that. It's his ego got out of whack and he tried to take control. It's the whole Black Adam thing. That's what destroyed his career, because it's not so much of the film flop. Look, he can be in a film and it can flop. It's everything surrounding that film, everything that went on behind the scenes. He tried to do a hostile takeover of the DC universe, and it blew up in his face because the film flopped massively. And since then, people were like, well, this guy's a fucking diva. This guy wants too much control. He's too protective of his character. We're getting generic pish. We don't want to work with him. That's what happens. People just don't want to work with you eventually.
It's crazy because that's such a 180 to what he was as a wrestler, because he was the type of guy to be quite generous and put people over and shit.
Well,
like
but
that.
I think,
and as an actor, he's fucking selfish as fuck.
Selfish, doesn't want to lose a fight, all this kind of ego bollocks.
well, I think honestly I think The Rock was written that way though. Like it said that The Rock has been heavily scripted even in wrestling. Like that kind of came out. Like everyone thought it was improv, but a lot of the stuff of him putting people over was written, like for him.
No, but what it was as well.
Yeah, but what he could have exerted his ego and said no.
No, but, and him and people like Jericho, they're so talented as entertainers, with their promos and everything. They were always going to get over, regardless of. Look at Jericho. The guy is a fucking jobber within the WWE, and he was he's one of the most popular wrestlers of all fucking time. You know what I mean? So
first ever undisputed champion.
Yeah, and same with Rock as well. Like the guy has lost so many matches, he put so many people over. Always gets a standing ovation every time he comes back.
And nobody took a bump better than The Rock when it came to the stunner. Because he tried to be as ridiculous with it as possible, just to make Stone Cold laugh.
Flipped around like a marionette, man. Yeah,
I could watch him take a stunner all fucking day. It was so good, so bloody good.
But to us here, I mean, like, what could work? I mean, it might not work because of heel versus heel, but if he came back as Hollywood Rock, considering what people think of.
No, I want him corporate Rock, like not corporate Rock from before. Ginger, you're the one who said it before. You said you wanted him to be like the corporate Rock, like, but not like the original corporate Rock, like the Vince McMahon version of corporate Rock. Like he comes out, he thinks his shit doesn't stink. He, kind of real life now, but like just exude that in the ring, and just,
I'm all for that, but we know that they'll never do a heel versus heel match at WrestleMania as the main event. It's just, and the funny thing is, like Roman Reigns, he gets a lot of pops even as a heel because he's the star of he's the face of the franchise, he's the face of the company.
He gets more love now as a heel than he did as a face.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
as a face,
absolutely.
People genuinely fucking hated him.
People,
when he went
people
heel,
actually think he's entertaining as a heel. It's quite
Yeah.
funny actually, because like when I was watching, I was doing my research on my Debate-a-Mania topic, and I was watching a SummerSlam match, and he was so boring as a face. Like watching him, I think it was him and Brock, like or something like that. And I'm just like,
He was
oh,
Super
God.
Cena without the personality, and it just didn't work.
Exactly. He couldn't rap or
Yeah.
anything. Oh man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, as a heel, I think he's excellent. Promo wise, he's really good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
really good.
Yeah, doesn't have to tell the stupid generic line. As a chief, he's like just says what he fucking likes, kind of stuff, and it's great work. But sticking with wrestling, the Vince McMahon situation could become a federal investigation now.
Yeah, I heard.
Why? Like, not that I'm saying it shouldn't, but like, why? Like, I haven't heard this
because of the accusation of trafficking.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
which
yeah.
is a genuine crime rather than all the other stuff. So because of the accusation of trafficking, there's now going to be a federal investigation into it, which means like fucking everyone is covering this. People that don't do wrestling are talking about this. So I watched Ring of Fire do a video on it. They just released it today. Ring of Fire. Zam, I don't know if you watch Farron Cousins stuff. Yeah, so they did a video on it. He was on there with the Papantonio guy talking about it, and they're saying that because of the accusation of trafficking, now it could move to a federal investigation.
You know what?
Into
He deserves it. If everything that is said, which, as I said, I have no doubt, but if everything in that lawsuit is true, he deserves it. He absolutely deserves it.
He does, and it is true. And I'll tell you why it's true. John Laurinaitis, I know we talked about it yesterday, but John Laurinaitis.
I think I heard you guys talking about it.
Yeah, he's obviously claiming that he's a victim in all this. So he's essentially trying to absolve responsibility for what happened. He's throwing Vince under the back. It's like, I'm not going down with you. We're friends, but not that kind of friends. Okay, but John Laurinaitis has said he was a victim. He was coaxed into all this. He never once said this didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes to show it definitely fucking happened now, because if Laurinaitis is saying, hey, look, you got to look at the power dynamic as well. I was a victim because he's a boss, and if I don't do what the boss says and all this kind of shit. And Teddy Long, love Teddy Long. Teddy Long was like, bullshit. This guy has a history. And I know shit about John Laurinaitis that John Laurinaitis doesn't know that I know about John Laurinaitis, kind of stuff. And so Teddy Long was like, don't fucking fall for this bullshit.
He's like, I'm gonna make this a tag match. It's gonna be me and somebody versus Vince and John Laurinaitis.
No, it's me and the Undertaker, and you're on too, or with John Laurinaitis.
It'll be Vince and fucking John Laurinaitis and Kevin Dunn.
Yeah. So he's I do find that I'll tell you what, just off a totally Greek thing for me. So John Laurinaitis is a Greek name. But it's funny that it's Laurinaitis in English, whereas in Greek it would be Lavranitis. So it's completely fucking different sounding.
Yeah, it's been anglified.
Name. Yeah, it's been proper anglified. I'm Laurinaitis. Says I'm Lavranitis.
I'm John Laryngitis.
I'm Laryngitis, and I suck Vince's ass.
The only reason why I say if it's true is just because, you know me, I'm a big proponent of the justice system, where it's like, we all know it's true. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, we all know it's true, but I preface it with the fact that because we need to go through the proper channels. I mean, we are like Batman here. Even, we don't kill people. We're not like Michael Keaton's Batman.
What are you talking about? I want Vince dead. I'll be fucking cheering when he fucking dies.
And when Vince dies, I'll fucking throw a party, man.
Talking in general.
Oh, I like people dying in general. So,
Gary, why? Okay, somebody, we need to start donating money. Gary's giving us a shot.
You're getting a fucking free show here, everyone.
Well, you're getting a free show. Look,
we're seeing some butt cleavage right there.
Like, I'm watching a fucking builder at work. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to get the fucking... Oh, there we go. Yeah, baby, shake your stuff, Gary. Woo! Throw him some money. Gaz ass. That's right, baby. Show us the good.
That's what you guys come here for, is the gas ass.
That's it. You thought you were just gonna come in and talk about TV and wrestling, but no, you got the full show, ladies and gentlemen. The full show. And I'll just go to a comment
I
here.
watched Shawn Michaels being interviewed
Exactly, no
regarding
coincidence there.
regarding
Oh yeah,
regarding Vince McMahon and the allegations, and you could just tell. I mean, I think it was like, Sean, you should be a politician, mate. You're dancing around the subject. The moment you got a moment to deflect, you are instantly talking about something else. You don't really want to. You don't want to talk bad about Vince or throw him under the bus. But this is what I said in my TikTok video: is that people like Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Vince McMahon, Stone Cold, Kane, who else? The Rock. They all need to, Batista. They all need to basically say that this shit is not acceptable, and they need to set that precedent that regardless of them being very close to Vince at one particular point, loyal to him, close friends, family member, whatever they may be, that this shit is not fucking acceptable whatsoever. And that sets a precedent for society by doing that. But by these people publicly saying that what Vince did was wrong and we don't stand by him regardless of our relationship with him in the past.
and I think Batista would be the first person to come out and say that. Out of all of them, he'd be the first because he doesn't give a shit. He'll tell you to go fuck yourself. He doesn't care at all.
I mean, yeah, when you tell the MCU at their peak to go fuck themselves, that's pretty. Because he really did.
Exactly.
Batista told the MCU, like, basically, what was it, before Infinity War and Endgame or something like that, or right around that time? He basically told
that
him,
time.
He said, I'm done with Drax. Like, he said, I'm doing my last movie and I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
But
he
he told
did
him to go
two
fuck
movies,
himself.
really.
He nearly left Guardians when they sacked James Gunn.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was saying, I'm only staying on because I've got contractual obligations. Otherwise, I'd have gone.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't leave the project. And that. So Batista will be like, fuck, Sam, you said something and I wanted to hit on that point and now I forgot.
Well, about them
Guardian
speaking up against it. Like,
that was it. Yeah, like Chris Jericho will probably defend the shit out of Vince McMahon because he kisses his ass in every podcast he goes on.
Well, they're both
as
of a
well.
feather right now with the allegations they've got. They both got some. And like I said, at the moment in time, Chris Jericho should be thanking his lucky stars that Vince is there to fucking take all the limelight from him because Jericho's under a lot of shit too.
Yeah, and I really hope that the thing that happened with Jericho is the worst thing that he did in terms of, like, I don't care if he's tried to shag other people's girlfriends and sleep around. That's as long as people are consensual.
Yeah,
that's fine. But if he came onto her and it freaked her out and she left and that was as bad as it got, then that's fine. That's just a big shitty thing that Jericho did. But if we're talking about stuff start coming out of him on, like, maybe not on a Vince level, but not that far off, then that's just heartbreaking because I know Jericho's sucks now, but we all fucking loved Jericho until he creamed himself.
I'm a huge Jericho fan. So
yeah, fucking, what I mean? He's an idiot now, but I was a fan of him like since WCW days. Like he was awesome.
The man of the 1001 moves.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and the list. We always talk about the list.
For me, he was the Madonna of wrestling, man. Like the guy would reinvent himself all the fucking time.
Yep.
And still be fresh and come out on top.
And nowadays he reinvented himself into looking like your lesbian aunt. I mean,
I still love the guy, but God almighty Christ.
No, I don't because I can't. I understand what he's done for wrestling. And he was once a great wrestler, but I can't admire someone at this moment in time for being the way he is. And so I really hope. I hope fucking Triple H. He's gonna have to do another WrestleMania press conference on the 8th of February, and he's gonna be asked questions again about Vince. And I really hope he gets it right this time.
But here's the thing as well with Triple H, and I think this is what's ultimately saving his ass. When he found out about it, or him and Stephanie found out about it, because that's when Stephanie first left, they voted him out. They both voted him out.
Yeah, they may have done, but public perception of him right now is him basically dancing around the subject and talking about the positives and shit like that when it came to Royal Rumble.
That's not his decision, though, mate.
Yeah,
he's not in charge of the company. That's no
TKO. Doubt, but basically, when talking about when they asked him when those journalists asked him a particular question about Vince, he didn't give like a lot of people are saying, he didn't
No,
give the
I
best
agree,
response.
but it's not on him to say anything.
Yeah.
If his higher ups are saying, just don't mention it, because I guarantee, because again, it will affect the stock prices. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. I guarantee the higher up said to him, just move on. Just do not answer anything. Don't give them anything. Skirt the answer. It's a standard corporate tactic. It's standard.
Yeah.
To deflect and move on.
And one thing that because I watched it, I didn't watch it live, but I watched it not long after it happened. And one thing that I noticed is that he was conflicted. I felt like in the way he looked, like I could see it in him that he was conflicted, because I feel like he wanted to sit there and say, Vince is a trash human being. And this is why this is why I stayed, because I wanted to get Vince out. And when he left, I wanted to be here to pick up the pieces and help. And that's kind of the inference that I was getting from him. Not that he was like, I can't talk bad about Vince.
I think once Vince dies, and it probably won't be long, this will probably just do him in. Okay. It's all going to come out. And I think even Stephanie McMahon is going to speak a lot about it, because obviously it affected things with the mother as well, because
when Shane left years ago because of it.
Shane left years ago because of his father's behavior, and we're talking he left in the 2000s, the early 2000s, mid 2000s, because of his father's behavior. Allegedly,
those stories that like Vince wanted Shane to be part of that boys' club.
Yeah, and Shane wanted nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Like people saying he's just a nice guy behind stage.
But he obviously sees like what that behavior, how the fact that this is his father, and and his mother being Linda McMahon, and like what the fuck what you doing to mum, all that sort of shit. Yeah, I'm sure like you can't handle that shit.
Exactly, like none of us would stand for that shit. It's just it. But again, it's just Vince. Typical fucking CEO, boss, billionaire, you name it. He thinks that they're untouchable. But the best thing they could have done, because even if he doesn't see what happened to him now, and I know this is horrible saying this, because obviously a person has suffered, there's a victim here, and all this kind of stuff. But the best thing that they did to Vince was take away the WWE from him.
Mm-hmm.
They took that away, and there is nothing that is more punishing to him than putting him in prison. And he deserves to go to prison for what he did. I'm just saying, if we look at it objectively, that kills him more, no longer having control or say in the WWE.
Yeah, he did that to himself, though, didn't he?
Of course he did. Yeah, and I've got no love for Ari Emanuel. But what I love about Ari Emanuel is, as soon as they took over, me and Jose were like, this motherfucker's going to be gone within a year. As soon as they took over, they started undermining Vince. And it was beautiful to see. I loved every fucking minute of it.
He become a naive old man, and he thinks everything, he can run everything. I seen that with my own father. Like, he had a lot of influence and stuff like that, and he still thinks he has it now. But I'm telling my dad that a lot of people are probably looking at you as some sort of meal ticket, so don't give him the time of day. And that's what happened to Vince.
I mean, that's how I see you, Zam. You're just a meal ticket for me. I mean,
I know that, dude.
He likes to milk you, baby. But yeah, you're right. That's exactly what happened to Vince. He thought it was invaluable, but you don't fuck with the shareholders and their money. Theoretically, we don't know how many people were involved in the whole thing. Remember, it was acceptable behavior before they got caught. We might, again, you're right.
For me, the most heartbreaking thing is Brock Lesnar. I did not expect this. I did not expect him to be
neither.
That type of person.
No, I kind of. I'm not shocked at that.
I know he's Jock Lesnar as well. I get it. You know what I mean? But I just still expected better from him. I didn't know he was capable of doing what he did there. Like, basically,
I legit just thought it was just like a quiet fucking family guy. You know what I mean? Just that kind of dude.
Well, those are the ones you got to watch out for.
Yeah, it's true.
Always the quiet ones. That's what they say.
Always the quiet ones.
But
the hairy ones are the ones that are full of insecurities and just quiet when the cameras are off.
Yeah,
but the quiet ones are the opposite.
But here's the other thing that I think is telling about Triple H is that we know Stephanie does not agree with what Vince was doing, and Stephanie's still with Triple H. She could have divorced his ass and been like, "No, I'm good. Like, I don't need you."
Why?
Because like if Triple H was kind of like into all the stuff that Vince was into.
But no, he isn't.
No,
That's but you know what though? There was that period of time where there were rumors that they were getting a divorce.
Oh, maybe. I didn't
you
hear
know,
about
so-
that. When did that happen?
Yeah, there were rumors. I think they got quashed. But again, yeah, we don't know. We're sitting in like talk about defending Triple H, and he could be implicated in this. He could be a part of the boys' club. You know, the whole clique and things like that. So yeah, we don't know. We'll wait and see.
I wonder if I wonder if Laurinaitis would have thrown him under the bus too. Like I feel like Laurinaitis would have thrown him under the bus too. If
I think he would. I mean, seriously, like Laurinaitis comes across as the sort of person who would throw anybody under the bus. I mean, like,
well, that's what I'm saying. So if Triple H was implicated, he could have been like, "Look, Vince and Levesque were doing all this stuff too. I was a victim there."
Yeah, and Levesque did vote out Vince when the time came. So you know,
and I mean, it's all speculation. You're right. It could come out that he was a big player in it. It could come out that he had. I mean, look at Stephen Hawkins. It came out that he was at Epstein's Island, which I don't know the circumstances about all that. I haven't really looked into it, but still, like,
he had a weird thing for midgets trying to do maths on a chalkboard.
Did you really?
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
you are fucking with me.
You can read it for yourself. No, you
oh
can read the
my
report yourself.
Yeah, well, they're kinks, man. Even though.
I mean, hey, look, as long as I mean, hey, look, if they're just doing math on a chalkboard and he's watching, I mean, that's not bad.
No, but he cheated on his wife as well, by the way.
Yeah, I know. How stupid is he?
Yeah.
But I was just going to say, like, both the Bell twins have come out and said stuff against him, and it's just like that is going to be rough.
Vince or Laurinaitis?
Laurinaitis.
Yeah, because he was going out with their mother and he cheated.
He's married to their mother.
Yeah,
he's
and
married
he
to
was
their
cheating
mother.
on her when she was going through cancer.
Yeah, she was going through cancer, and he's fucking the interns. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He's no different. You know, no different to people like Trump. You know, his fucking wife pregnant with their kid, and he's fucking porn stars.
Yeah.
He's just like birds of a feather, man.
Flock together.
Exactly. Okay, so just on a final one then. Suicide Squad is out, and the reviews have been brutal. And I want to say off the bat, anytime I've tried to watch a review of this, I cannot watch the screen. There's something about the lighting in that game that absolutely hurts my eyes. I cannot. So I'll guarantee you, I'll never be playing that fucking game because all the flashing lights, all the kind of fucking noise, it legitimately hurts my eyes. I've never had anything like this, and I've played VR for hours and still never felt this kind of shit. And so the game is so bad, it's so dark. Dark as in you can't see, or dark as in
like killing all the Justice League. Because
yeah.
That's probably the only enticing thing about the game is that it's, you know, it kind of flips the script on the Justice League.
Can
you know,
I just talk about that for a minute?
No, you cannot.
It's fucking bullshit, right? Because I'm going to get right. There's a moment when Wonder Woman uses her lasso on one of the Justice League members. Now, the lasso does a couple of things. It tells people, but it also destroys fairy mind control.
Does it destroy mind control or does it subdue it like while it's on?
No.
It does.
It gets rid of mind control. That's literally a power.
It's a MacGuffin. It's a MacGuffin. It can do that. Yeah.
No. Yeah. The thing is, and for some reason, it doesn't work in this game. Why? You need to tell me. You can't just go, "Oh, it doesn't work." You need to give me a reason.
Well, maybe you find out later. You know, fucking hell, you might not get the answer straight away.
It doesn't give you a reason. It just doesn't.
Oh,
work.
I see. Okay. Well,
so lazy fucking writing. That's what it is. Sorry,
yeah.
I'm getting cross about this. Sorry.
I mean, to your point as well, the writing is abysmal on it. It's all the reviews are saying the same shit. It's the same problem we've had with games like Forspoken and Saints Row and all that. Constant quips, constant fucking jokes, constant shit that it's just bad. Doesn't land.
Story. You're not talking about the overall story.
And the overall story falls apart the second half
as well. Shame.
They're saying, well, yeah, which is a shame. But they're saying like you're playing the game and it's a headache because they won't shut up. And
Well, yeah, it's
I hate that kind of
it's like
stuff.
because I didn't watch the whole thing, like, but I did watch some of the stuff from it, and it feels like the Guardians of the Galaxy PS4 game, but bad. Like they like in Guardians of the
Yeah, they
Galaxy.
took that and they made it bad because that was a
Yeah,
good
and they made
game.
it bad. Yeah, the Guardians of the Galaxy game had really good quipping between all of them all the time. But it's like, yeah, but in this game, it just seems like it's just bad. Like it's awful. The only part I enjoyed watching was the Wonder Woman scene. Like, like not the fact of the
Jesus
lasso and everything.
Christ. It's more cutscenes than the last one. No, I'm definitely not getting this game then. No, fuck that.
Yeah, she's the only one who's not controlled by Brainiac, I believe, out of the Justice League is Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to spin off to her own game.
Yeah.
How?
Well, I don't know if it's going to be a spin-off from that, but it's not. It's because her game is set in Themyscira years ago.
Well, I was about to say, yeah, it's got to be a prequel. I mean, I don't know if you guys want me to spoil it, but
and it's got like the Nemesis system and all that, and it's not live service, which is good.
I mean, do you guys want me to spoil something? Like anyone?
I don't know.
No. I care. I want to watch the cutscenes.
All right. Well, then mute us.
Yeah, mute us, Sam. Take your headphones out.
Just for a second. I'll flag you when you come back in.
Can you hear us? No. Okay. Yeah. Go on.
No, but I mean, Wonder Woman dies in this game, so that's why I'm like, how is it going to spin off into? How is it going to? Now, I don't know if there's some shenanigans at the end where it's like she comes back somehow, but it was pretty finite death. So I mean, I don't know how it's going to spin off.
They could always do the multiversal bollocks.
Yeah, probably. All right, Sam, you're good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry. Oh.
No, that's fine. Just make sure. Wow, so Darth Vader was Luke's father. I never fucking saw that coming. In a Suicide Squad game. Jesus Christ.
I know, right?
Oh, sorry, Sam.
And Captain Boomerang was shagging King Shark all the time.
Good God. That was some meaty spoilers.
But I mean, the main thing.
Guys, remember he's got his headphones in, so if you don't mention any others.
No, it's fine. What I'm about to mention is just game stuff. But
yeah.
The game looks like a combination of flaming Borderlands and what's that flaming game?
Fortnite. Yeah.
Fortnite.
Yeah.
I like every time I see it, it literally hurts my eyes because it's all like these colourful flaming numbers. It's like look, I don't mind a little bit of colour, but like this is such
a slot machine, mate. It's a slot machine.
If they wanted to copy a modern format,
game.
If they wanted to copy a modern format of video game, what they should have tried to do more was like maybe Overwatch, where you needed a different type of character. You had your heavy, you had your healer, you had your artillery or whatever. You had your support character. All of that. Yeah. In a way, you could make
all the same shit in this. Yeah,
they all do the same shit. Obviously, King Shark's a tank. Make him a tank. Captain Boomerang doesn't even use fucking boomerangs. He's shooting a fucking gun.
That's one of the most annoying things.
I'll make Harley Quinn the healer because she's like the closest to a healer, being a fucking shrink. And obviously,
that's actually really funny. I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah, and obviously Deadshot being the artillery because he's good with guns, and if you want a gun character, you got Deadshot. Perfect. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
or you can flip it with different mission styles as well. So Harley Quinn would do the stealth stuff. Shot would do the kind of the missions where there's like heavy stuff where you got a brute, and thing will be like Deadshot take out the targets and Boomerangs, whatever.
Just
range.
What I mean?
Yeah, range and stealing.
Well, I guess also Deadshot's range.
Deadshot's the range character, but I would put maybe Boomerang as like the close up, artillery.
Yeah, close up combat kind of guy.
But I mean, that's the thing is like. And I've been playing through Gotham Knights, and that's the problem with Gotham Knights too, is that in Gotham Knights you can play as all four characters, and although that's cool,
have a lovely evening.
Although that's cool, I really feel like some of those missions in Gotham Knights should have been specifically for like story missions should have been specific for a certain character, and then but if you want to go out and patrol the city, you can be whoever you want, But them giving
how you want. Yeah, no, just to your point. So when you're doing the city patrol stuff, you approach each character how you want to approach a mission within the city.
But then, in the story, it's like no, you need to use Even if
Yeah.
you give options, like you can use Deadshot or Boomerang here, in this one, or you can use like Boomerang and Harley in this one. Like I don't know. And I think I don't know. I feel like they picked the wrong crew. I feel like Harley's okay,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I don't know who I would even replace
Well,
him with,
the funny thing with Harley that they made her more
Poison
talented
Ivy.
than they should have, because in Escape from Arkham, Assault on Arkham, the only reason why Harley Quinn was part of the Suicide Squad is that she used to work in Arkham Asylum as a shrink, so she knew the location, which is why they hired her in the first place, because she has nothing to offer offensively. She's fucking useless. But they've obviously powered her up over the years, and they've made her more offensive. I've always thought that they should have. I always thought that that Harley Quinzel's background should have been that of maybe of an Olympus gymnast when she was a kid. Something along those lines.
That would have paralleled Robin, like Dick Grayson, too much, I feel like. But I mean, it would have been a good parallel.
It doesn't matter.
It
But
would
she
have been a
flips
good
around.
parallel. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Gaz.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they could. The idea of having a Justice League game is great. I just think they did the wrong thing with it. What they should have done. There's a animated film called Justice League. Right, I think it's Ticket to Hell or something like that. Or
Ticket to Hell. Yeah.
Yeah. Where basically all of them.
Not Justice League, that was Suicide Squad.
That was a fantastic animated movie. I love it.
That would be such a fucking good game.
Yeah. Yes.
Because they could all be going to try to beat everybody to get this thingy, but then they all have to turn each other, almost like you could do Streets of Rage or something like that. And so we get somebody Ticket to Hell, the ticket out of hell. Bloody hell! It's hard. Yeah,
it's either that or I mean, there was a Thunderbolts comic book, not the Thunderbolt villain one, the Thunderbolt anti-hero version with like Punisher and Deadpool and all that, where they infiltrated like a
wasn't that Thunderbolt Red?
Yes, Thunderbolt Red. Yeah. So like they infiltrated this island where they're whatever. I think that would have been if they did a mission where they were trying to infiltrate and get like the same thing, like the Hell Card or whatever from Bane's country. What is it called again? Why am I blanking on the names?
He's country. He's Latin American. He's like Argentinian or something. Can he?
No, yeah, but there's an actual name for like the country he comes from. I can't remember, and I don't think it's a real country. I think it's made up.
No, I have no fucking idea then.
Oh, it's like Santa Prisca. Is that it?
Let's have a look.
I think it's Santa Prisca now that I'm thinking about it. But and they have to and so you have like your jungle missions, you have like your your infiltration missions. It'd be so much better than just
Santa Prisca.
Yeah, it's instead of this.
And I just found out today that Bane is Latino. I didn't know.
You did not know Bane was Latino?
No, because the accent that they do for him is so bad.
Did you not hear his voice in the animated series when he talks like this?
I forgot. I was young at the time, man. But
you're such a racist.
That's why a lot of people wanted Batista to play him, because he looks the part.
I say it's Batista. What is Batista?
Yeah, but Batista's not South American at all.
No, but he looks the part. He could easily pull it off. But the problem with the
Greek Batista.
As I said, he looks the part. So regardless,
that why he's such a dick? He's a Greek. I got it. Okay.
But another problem with the Suicide Squad game is the online multiplayer. Once you complete the game, there's nothing to do. Like you're just repeating the same fucking missions that you did in the main game. There's no extension. There's no alternatives. It's like just still killing bad guys with fucking purple hit points. Bollocks.
Yeah, exactly. Just crap. There's fuck all to do. It's just waste of space. It's gonna flop anyway. It's gonna kill Rocksteady Studios, and they'll all go to 100 games.
I
don't
think it's going to flop. I think it's going to find an audience. I think it's going to find an audience. Or this game, I mean, I think it's going to find an audience with kids, like who love like the famous skins and all that sort of shit. But I think most adults are just going to go.
Nah, it's going to flop. It's like Avengers. It'll flop. Avengers.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Like I think it'll be like Avengers because Avengers did the same thing. Like they although I liked it initially, they tried to make it too accessible and they didn't give it enough TLC.
Yeah,
like
this isn't.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this isn't like a sports franchise where just brain dead idiots will just buy it year in year out, no matter how bad the product is. or fighting games where no matter how bad it is, they'll buy it because the audience for fighting games and the audience for sports games are among the stupidest human beings on the planet. But when it comes to a property like a comic book property, you're dealing with legit fucking people, fans, legit gamers that want the good shit. And that's why Avengers was a huge disaster. This is going to be no different.
Yeah, because they thought, oh, Avengers. Well, I mean, the movies are huge, so the games will be huge too, and that's not how we do. I mean, granted, yes, did they get my money for Avengers? Yes, but then they didn't get my money right away for Guardians of the Galaxy because I didn't buy it right away. You know, like because I was like, oh, Guardians of the Galaxy, if it's going to be anything like that Avengers game, then no. I waited till it was on sale and bought it. So
yeah, and because Avengers sucked, the Guardians of the Galaxy game suffered.
Yeah, because it was actually a good game.
Yeah, it's a very good game.
It's what Avengers probably should have been.
Yeah.
The Guardians of the Galaxy is a single player game, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can't play. You can only play Star-Lord. You can't play as the other Guardians.
Well, but honestly, that's better. That's honestly better, I think.
Should just be called Star-Lord and Friends.
Hey, I mean, as I said, if the game works.
Cool. All right, guys, I'm going to dip out. Don't know if you guys are going to carry on.
Yeah, I'm done. It's
12:22. Yeah, we can end it.
Yeah. All right, then. Thank you all, anyone in the comments that joined us. Much appreciated as always. Thank you to all my lovely co-hosts. This has been Bollocks and Banter Saturday, and join us again for a host of other crap that we have, and none of you are listening, so I'm just going to end the stream. Goodbye.